Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Resident Roleplay. This is a show where a group of friends and I get together and play homebrewed tabletop RPG set in the world of Resident Evil. I'm your host and GM, Raphael, and welcome back, players.
Hello.
Oh. Hello.
I see a couple of people in chat. I see Tato's yeeting, and Zex, who apparently is a friend of Mel's, is hype. So yeah, keep the spirit alive.
keep that spirit for Resident Roleplay.
But yeah, so let's see, to get into things. By the way, this is our 30th episode, guys.
Oh my god.
Man, that's like
3 tens.
That's
10.
That's like 3 orders of tens digit counting.
Yeah,
oh
man.
My god.
That's serious business.
10 extra pieces over a 20-piece nugget.
So, but yeah, with that being said, a couple of things I wanted to mention right off the bat before we get into the episode. First of all, this is going to be Lisa's last full episode for a little while. So you've got some things that you're going to be tending to, some job training. So you're going to be mostly absent, but still you'll be there partially for all the episodes for the next handful of weeks. So
yeah, I'll be there half of the time.
Yeah, half of the time. So which is
so you
unfortunate.
guys know what that means.
Oh,
Beast Rush. We're speedrunning this shit.
Beast Rush. Yeah,
Literally.
just get all the way to the beast. That's the speedrun goal. So you just gotta clip through walls right into the warehouse.
Yep. Just drag the character video all the way through.
But yeah, so we'll miss you for that time, but of course you'll be here for half of it, and during that time Lauren's going to be your designated driver.
Yep.
Piloting Archaea during combat while you're away.
Right into the water.
Problem solved.
Problem solved. Just like, okay, just start swimming.
Yeah. So and also, I totally forgot about this last time, but because we were in a bit of a rush to get the last episode finished, and some of our players had to go at a certain time, but the audio log that played at the very end of the previous episode featured the voice of a good friend of ours and community member. Most people know him as Kakikori, Ramu, other things like that. But yeah, he did the voice of the Russian interrogator, and I think Jacob farted. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
That's unfortunate.
Technical difficulties.
Oh, Jacob. All right, so, but yeah, he voiced the other character in that, and we're I think he did a pretty great job. I like the way it came together. And that was a pretty exciting audio log to bring out. Yeah. So that was where we left off, and I guess we'll see what that results in here at the end. And then you guys also found that document at the very end as well. So that was that was a big one. Also, I'm turning.
There's a couple documents, right?
There were a couple of documents in that last episode. Yeah, there were exactly 2. So it was a big lore drop episode last time. You should have both of them in your journal because Emil's seen both of them.
I'm trying to remember which one was the. Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah. Also, I have a birthday in a couple of days, like exactly 2 days.
Well,
So this is my birthday weekend.
Literally a couple of days. Yeah.
Yeah.
or happy early birthday, not belated birthday.
Yeah, the opposite of that. Well, thank you. So, yeah, that's a random thing. I'm just looking at the calendar, and I was like, oh snap.
Question. Oh.
Turning 22.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, you're still big.
Youngin.
Yeah, I'm a wee lad.
Remember,
Wait, hold on.
we're
Wait a
teeny
minute.
tiny.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. So you're turning 22.
In 2 days.
Oh, hey, same age.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you're just So you're like the same age as me, but I think your birthday is in Lauren's birthday month. So we have a bit of a connection. You have a bit of a connection to both of us. Also, glad you liked the intro, Zex, and thanks for the birthday wishes. So, without further ado, should we get into things here?
Yeah.
Nah, we're good.
All right, yeah. So,
You know what? Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go.
yeah. Do you have a choice? All right. So, previously on Resident Roleplay, as part of a mission for the FBC, your party infiltrated Umbrella's American HQ in Chicago. However, after downloading the facility's data from the server room, you heard gunfire and explosions out in the halls. It turns out the Felicianos sent a team to steal Umbrella's viral inventory, but the USS caught them in the act, and the thieves responded by executing acts of sabotage, including cutting the power, releasing the facility's BOWs, and luring Archaea's vengeful father, Aiden. So after helping a USS agent to fight off some BOWs, you tried to converse with him, but he proved very suspicious of your activity, and after Archaea let her secret slip in the middle of a standoff, you killed him rather instantly. From there, you continued exploring the basement, eventually restoring power and stocking up on gear from the laboratory and the armory. In the labs, Katara found some documentation showing that an old colleague of hers, named Catherine Sims, had been used as a test subject in an attempt to recreate the mutant known as Nosferatu. Later, you accessed the surveillance feeds from the security room, where you saw Aiden had been captured at the adjacent warehouse building and was being tortured for information by the USS team known as the Silver Wolves. So, that's where we left off. Now, you now find yourselves in the security room of the basement in Umbrella HQ. And it is about 4 o'clock in the morning. You can see the time in the lower corners of some of the computer monitors.
Which you can find in the thumbnail of the latest episode.
I liked that thumbnail.
It was a perfect thumbnail.
But yeah, so some of you are starting to feel a little bit tired. But having just seen that surveillance and just looked over the documents you have found, you find yourselves waiting here. So what are you guys doing?
When you say feeling a little tired, how much time has passed since we started? Since we woke up?
I think Chauncey and Archaea woke up the earliest, so they're feeling the most tired. Emil woke up, I think Emil and Kantara didn't get up till around like noon.
12?
Yeah, later on. So you guys still have some time, but Chauncey and Archaea are feeling only a few hours away from feeling some exhaustion.
Archaea's just hunkered in the corner, like, crying her eyes out, not knowing what to do in this juncture of time.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Can we see the map?
Yeah, I'm about to bring that up in a sec.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, because that's
just keep
where
going.
I knew what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where I was.
You were standing behind Fox, I think?
No, oh yeah, right there. Making sure I hadn't left the room yet.
Next to Fox. Close enough.
I wanted to go explore this.
Yeah.
All right. So you enter back into the frigid air of this sort of cold storage room.
Before he leaves, though, because I don't think I got a chance to say this at the end of the last episode, and if I did, I just want to make sure that it's known at the beginning of this episode. But as Chauncey's leaving, Emil would have like stopped him and says like, and would have said like, "Try not to kill her. We may need it."
Okay. Noted.
If possible. If she is still conscious and if she is still mostly human, try not to kill her. And then would let him do his work.
So as Chauncey leaves you guys in that security room, Mr. Fox sort of takes a seat in one of the swivel chairs in front of the row of monitors and just starts hacking at the keys and says, "Well, if you guys need to take a look around, you guys could get on that, but I could probably get some work done here. Maybe get rid of some of the surveillance footage that has us on board just in case."
Yeah, I'm gonna head out.
Moves over onto another swivel chair. starts hitting some other keys.
I'm just gonna walk out into the hallway.
All right. To your right, you see the waters, which have kind of are a little shaky, but have kind of come to a still, flat surface, and it's a little difficult to see in some areas, but you do see some movement, just sort of barely beneath the surface. But then it goes out of the edge of your view.
I'm gonna try a sense infected real quick.
Okay, so you use sense infected. I believe that's 60 feet.
Yes.
Hold on, let me just get a quick visual on how big 60 feet is. I think that should. No, yeah, that covers pretty much everything here. Yeah. So so you use sense infected.
No joke.
Yeah, that is no joke. Your eyes flash red, and you see you sense a couple of figures in this body of water here. You sense two sort of off in this direction. You get the sense of them being just like these large aquatic creatures. But then over in this direction, there's another one that seems even larger than the other two. And as you use this sense, though, hold on. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. You know what? All right. Let's.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh,
you're
damn.
good. So
Alright,
you start to feel a little wobbly, but you just like shake it off and just immediately push through the effects. You recognize this feeling from before, and you just you shake it off, and it's of no issue to you for the time being.
That was close. Neil.
Like the door is open, he's just kind of leading out after having talked to Chauncey, and he's like, "Yep."
There are things in the water. Big, like they're. I'm telling you, one of them's large, and the other two are a little smaller. But
damn it, good chance it's the stuff that was in those tanks.
What was in the tanks?
We saw what was in those tanks?
Yeah. You saw them coming in when you came out of the elevator. They were the big glass walls on either side of you. And they, and that'd be the elevator right here, this door on the far end. So yeah, when you came out of that door, you saw the two glass walls on either side of you, and you saw the sharks inside of them.
Did we only see one shark, or?
Well, I saw nothing because I nat one.
Well, you didn't see too much detail, but they would have been hard to miss.
Oh, okay.
So you would have seen them.
Because I only remember just the one big shark. Were there two other small ones? I'm trying to see if anyone would know that they're all sharks, or if it's like a giant shark and some other stuff.
You did see 3 sharks in total.
Okay. Yeah, for sharks.
Yeah, it's gonna be an issue.
Unless there's another way to get out of this building, or to get off of this floor. We're gonna have to take care of those sharks to get to that elevator, if it even still works. I don't think there's any stairs around here that'll go up to the first floor.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know what? We'll cross that road when we get there. I'm gonna go head over in here.
Yeah.
Yes. So again, you follow Chauncey into that
Yep.
frigid area. As you enter, again, you just reestablish the look of this place. You do see just this immense chamber with metal walls that are all just sort of stark white, having frosted over, and then a bunch of hooks at the ends of chains descending from the ceiling, swiveling back and forth, and these over here that surround you, these gray circles, are like these cylindrical glass objects that look to contain a number of various petri dishes that are being kept in storage for some sort of stasis.
She's just pulling out a grenade launcher.
All right. You sling it out from over your shoulder and have it out the ready.
Yep. And she's gonna. She's gonna like stick somewhat close to Chauncey, but like not like right here, just kind of in the back.
Okay, yeah, just staying 10 feet back.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
With my flechette rounds, am I allowed to load those with other rounds, like regular rounds?
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure because I have it set up that way, and I didn't ask last time, but I
yeah. Thanks for asking. Yeah.
So I only have one left, and I added the other.
Yeah. I would say you could have that loaded with the other shells because it fits the same way.
Okay.
Both of you in this chamber, go ahead and make perception checks.
Can I use situational awareness for enemies?
This is like the ideal situational awareness.
Yeah, if you want to use it for enemies, then you could roll with advantage.
Oh.
Nice.
1, 2.
Good rolls. So Katara, looking around, first of all, since you're not particularly focusing on searching for enemies in this area, you take a look around at these glass cylinders holding these petri dishes. You do notice a couple of them are a little bit different than the others. Most of them look like, bacterial cultures, standard scientific fare like that. But there are a couple of them that look a little bit different, particularly two that are kind of positioned nearby to each other. One of them looks to be like a fine green powder. And that you kind of recognize with your perception check as being a powdered herb, next to a fine yellow powder, also in a similar dish.
Hey. I think you want to take a look at this.
Yeah, give me one moment.
All right, and then.
Huh?
I was just going to say, in the meantime, just to resolve Chauncey's check, you hear, it's mostly quiet in this chamber. You could kind of hear the exhaust coming out of the walls of, or not the exhaust, but like the frigid air coming in through the vents, keeping this place cool. But you do hear some slight sounds coming from the corner, out of your sight in this general area that sound like just this distorted, heavy breathing, and you sort of, and you listen closely and attentively for a second, and you hear the sound of what sounds like some metal objects, perhaps on the floor, just clanging aside very lightly. It's the same sort of direction that you suspect that sort of pitiful wail you'd heard earlier when you first entered came from.
Okay, with my I'm gonna just have my AR ready.
All right.
For this, and then can I just rip around the corner, gun first, pull it down?
Before you do, let's while this was all going on, because there's been a few minutes. What was Emil and Orkea doing?
Well, Orkea's sitting in the corner.
Yeah, so just first, because I think, because this would have, that would have happened during this conversation. So I'll just append it on the end. So after, talking to Emil and Katara, Emil, or Chauncey Katara. After talking to Chauncey Katara, Emil goes back to Orkea, who's looking against the wall.
Kind of hunkered, down, kind of squatting, in the corner, kind of hands over her face, kind of trying to grip the situation.
Okay, Qatar. Okay.
She kind of like drops her hands and looks up at you. They're gonna kill him. They're gonna kill him.
I'm gonna tell you this once. We are here to do a job, and our job is essentially to find out anything we can about Umbrella. That has been completed. Looking over to Fox, who has the USB.
Mm-hmm.
Now, our job is to rescue the beast. That is our job. We are here to do a job. We do not have enough time to babysit. If you make this a babysitting situation, you are going to have to leave. So, you know what? I'm not even going to give you the option. You are going to pull yourself together, and you are going to be strong, and we are going to get out of here, and we're going to rescue him. Do you understand?
She kind of starts to stand up, brush herself off, kind of give you that military attitude where they're kind of like, yes, sir. And she stands up against the wall, ready for you when you need her.
Good. We need you strong, and I know you can be strong.
Yes, sir.
All right. And then I guess at that point, Katara would have walked in.
All right.
Yep.
So when Katara walks in, though, Emil wants to give her his launcher.
Oh. Pretty.
Huh?
Yeah, if you've got the room.
I don't have the room.
Okay.
Oh no. Sad day.
Would have
All
been
right,
just
well.
like a hold on to that for me, please, just in case.
Well,
I
because
don't have the room.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you need to, I have non-lethal options. I have some tranquilizer rounds loaded in. If you need to save your friend, you can probably use these.
Do you think it's possible that we can?
It depends on how long they've been experimenting on her.
Yeah.
If she is even halfway human, you might be able to save her.
That's what I'm gonna try to do. If not, then put her out of her misery.
Yeah, but if the option is available, I think you can use these tranquilizer rounds just to put her down, and we can keep her out, and we can probably get her out of here and try to treat her.
Yeah. All right. We can try.
So, do you want to take this, or shall I go with you?
Come with me, please.
Okay. Archaea,
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
For what?
For being strong.
All in a day's work, I suppose. And she sits down in this spinny chair. Well, that's not the spinny chair. The spinny chair. She starts spinning.
All right, and then he will accompany Katara.
Okay. So, as you
Sticking in the back
accompany,
with her.
yeah, Katara out of the room, you both enter into the cold storage chamber together. And she points out to you the petri dishes containing the green and yellow powdered herb mixes, or rather not mixes, just green and yellow powdered herbs on their own, in separate petri dishes. You see Chauncey hugging the corner ahead of there, drawing his AR as he's about to go around.
Like when they walk in, can I like throw like a finger over my mouth, like shh, be quiet?
Yeah.
Like there's something on the other side as well. Just so you know, like I'm being extra quiet, like I'm up against the wall, like. Shh.
Can Emil just like see if he's got room to hold another weapon, or is he all weaponed out? I imagine he's got like 15 different weapons in different pockets.
Who, me?
Yeah. If Chauncey's got
no,
fully...
there's guns like tied to my shoelaces at this moment.
Yeah, because if you can get close, he can give you the tranquilizer while he works back here, or while Emil works back here.
Is it just a dart? Or a syringe?
It is just a syringe, but but you can fire it from a hypo gun, and I currently have it in the hypo gun, and you guys would have seen it.
Well, first of all, if everybody's being quiet, go ahead and make stealth checks.
Oh yeah.
Disadvantage for all the heavy armors.
Always the same thing.
Can I negate disadvantage if I move at 1 foot a minute?
Can I disengage stealth by just staying still completely?
Just like Drax it.
Yeah, Drax.
All right. Here's mine.
All right.
I'm standing so still that I go.
So.
They're standing so unbelievably still.
Yeah. So, as you hold your finger up to tell the others to be quiet, Emil tries to move as stealthily as he can, Katara keeping her distance enough from the walls and from the rest of you to be able to move fairly quiet given the environment and stay under the noise of the ambient hum of the air being projected in here through the vents. But Emil, as you attempt to move silently, just lumbering around with your heavy armor, bump into the glass enough to cause with a part of your armor that causes a loud chink against it, as Chauncey also just like attempts to silently rack his gun, but it echoes throughout the chamber a little bit more loudly than he would have expected. You hear again.
Thought I was supposed to be the non-quiet one.
You hear a few steps.
and Emil is like motioning to Chauncey with his weapon, like he's giving it to you.
Just like, can you toss it to me? And I'll throw down my handgun in my pocket? Or actually, no. I will not. I'll put the AR away. If you can throw the hypo gun to me, I'll drop my MP5 to pick up your hypo gun, and then I'll hold the hypo gun in my handgun at the ready.
Okay. I'm gonna move there and throw it.
Okay, so you slide it across the floor easily enough. So you're dropping your handgun and picking up the hypo gun?
I'm dropping my MP5.
Okay, dropping the MP5. You you throw that down on the ground, pick up the hypo gun, and pocket that. So you have that on hand.
And Emil's gonna tell you, just like, try to get close. It has advantage under 10 feet.
Yeah. In fact, I'll go ahead and get you the thing for that.
Yeah, because I know you're not proficient with launchers.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't matter if you get it.
Wait.
Yeah.
It is considered a launch.
That's why I was trying to give it to Katara. Yeah.
Oh.
See, he said gun. I just figured I was proficient.
Yeah, but it has advantage, so hopefully that can. I'll take care of that.
Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah, I'll have kill ammo ready.
Exactly. Yeah. So depending on what pops out of that corner.
So you're just waiting at the corner.
Yeah, I'll if you want to roll this, we can just go ahead and I'll rip around that corner as soon as I'm able to pick up the hypo gun and hold out my handgun and hypo gun, so I have both weapons drawn.
Gotcha. So you whip around the corner. So you're dual wielding handgun and hypo gun in either hand.
Yes.
All right. Good to know. So you whip around the corner and you look down this hall and you see these shelves of frozen chemical supplies stocking either end, but at the far corner you see shattered iron clamps kind of on the floor, and between you and that corner stands a humanoid figure that looks to be a woman with decayed greenish gray skin, and her eyes are covered by a blindfold, and her body is restrained by these leather bonds that are worn like a straitjacket. And then there's an opening in her chest through which you can see her heart beating. And you again hear that wail. So,
guys,
I need you all to roll for initiative.
That was not too good.
Oh!
Nah.
Oh.
Someone's
What?
Oh.
Guess you didn't waste it on your warm-up rolls earlier.
All right. That's fine.
Take the initiative to go last. I think that happened last time too, didn't it?
No, like, yeah, that is my question. So, like, depending on what the creature rolls, right? Am I able to, like, take the initiative to go before it, but go last in terms of, like, the party?
You could hold an action.
Ooh.
You can at least get that far.
Oh, man, I don't know what I'm going to hold an action for. Oh. Ooh.
But yeah, as it approaches you, Chauncey, you do see, like, these 3 long pointed appendages sprout out from her back and start flailing around her.
Okay, so she's loose. She's not like chained to the wall or nothing.
Yeah, you see the broken shackles and things like that down in this corner. You get the sense that during all of the hubbub earlier and the explosions and sabotage that were going on, the lack of power must have given her a chance to get loose. So I'm going to need everybody's initiative. Did Arkea roll?
I mean, I guess I can have her roll. She's not there, but
I mean, you're gonna want to have her roll.
Okay, I'll have her roll. Let's see here. I'll tell you in a minute.
Oh.
See, when you say that, I get the feeling this fight's gonna leave this room.
Yeah, I know, right?
So,
I have an idea.
and that's on.
This Arkea pops in. I have an idea.
Emil 9.
All right, Emil 9.
Arkea 21.
21. It's Chauncey.
I am a 19.
Okay.
And then Katara 23.
All right.
All high except for a meal.
So, top of the round is Katara. You don't actually have a lot of visibility on what's going on here, but you see Chauncey around the corner, and you see whatever reaction he has to that.
Okay,
Yeah, it's probably something like that.
Would I have had the surprise round though, like hopping around that corner, ready to?
No, because she heard you guys when you failed your stealth rolls earlier.
Oh, okay.
So she was coming out to meet you, which is why she's not all the way in the back in the corner.
Yeah.
She wants a hug.
These guys are visitors. I'm gonna go through and just take. There's really no action I could really. I'm gonna hold an action in the event somebody needs help with something.
Okay. So you're gonna wait. What? Sorry, are you gonna use the help action, or are you gonna hold something else?
In the event that somebody needs help with something, then I'm gonna use a help action.
Okay, gotcha.
There's nothing else there's nothing I can really do because she doesn't want to go lethal with this if there's a chance,
Yeah. All right. So, you're holding a help. Next up is Arkea. Down in the security room, you're kind of sitting on one of these swivel chairs, and Mr. Fox points to one of the monitors. He's just like, "Well, that's not good."
And Arkea will look over. What's that?
And you see, well, technically, since everything in a round has happened simultaneously, so you're bound to see whatever Chauncey's about to do in front of the security camera against this creature, and you heard that wail earlier echoing down the halls.
Okay. So she's gonna look over. Shit. And she's gonna get up and she's gonna run out of the room.
All right.
5, 10, 20, 25. Ooh, crap. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I can't see nothing. Oh! I went too far. So 20, 25, 30. She stops by Emil. She's like, "What's going on?"
What?
"Hi, I'm here. What's going on?"
I don't know. No.
I don't know. Well, in that case, she's gonna shout over at some encouragement in Chauncey's direction.
All right, how do you encourage him?
Well, hopefully you have a good aim. I know you do, so keep it true.
All right, Chauncey, you have been encouraged, so you have a D6 to add to any D20 roll within the next 10 minutes. So is that gonna be Archaea's turn? You've used your movement and bonus action. You do still have an action if you want to use one. Oh, nice, angel wings.
I'm trying to think because I don't think there's much she can do. Because she only has short range weapons. So
Yeah.
yeah, that'll be it, I suppose.
All right.
Like, just hold it if somebody gets close. Just
Yeah, I'll hold it. Have her knife out. Just hold
Yeah,
it.
never hurts.
Yeah, I'll hold my action then.
shoot something
Okay.
can come from
Well,
behind.
yeah. You're holding an attack action then.
Yeah. If anything
Okay.
gets within 5 feet, she's gonna stab his head.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So next up is Chauncey.
Okay, so Chauncey's head's just going, they told me not to kill it. I want to kill it. I look back at the group. I'm going to throw Emil his gun back. His hypo gun back. Now, is that going to take an action to throw the hypo
I'll say
gun
that's
back?
a free action. Just
Okay.
to throw it back.
Is it just going to happen, or do I have to roll something?
No,
for that?
yeah. You toss it over in his direction. I'll say that's simple enough that you could get it across the room.
Alright, and then I'm going to run back, and not knowing what to do, I'm just gonna go this way. I'm going to swing by, pick up my MP5, and
Okay.
I'm going to holster. Can I holster my my handgun and pick up the MP5 and have it ready since it's on the ground? And that be my action?
Okay, yeah. Using your action, you can probably get all of that done. Yeah.
Okay, then we'll do that. And I'm just going to move over to here in my 20 feet of movement.
Gotcha. All right. So is that going to be Chauncey's turn?
That is Chauncey's turn.
Next up is Emil.
Oh. Oh no.
Wait.
I was expecting that thing to go because there's like a freaking 11 initiative gap. Well, having got his gun back, and Neil's just gonna go, "Oh no." Yeah, he's gonna pull out his Glock and have that ready for when it rounds the corner. Because having gotten his non-lethal option back, he assumes that is no longer an option.
Well, I'm letting you guys make that. Like, I'm just gonna, like, as I toss it back, be like, I'm not comfortable with this. Throw it back, and then you see me pick up a gun. You now see that that's what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, we see you round the corner and go, "Ugh."
If you want to keep it as a pet, you can. I'm not.
Emil, yeah, so that's Emil's turn. But remember, his words were, "If it is still human."
All right. So
Or
Emil's.
half human. I'm gonna hold Glock attack to for when it
Something
rounds
gets
the
in
corner.
line of sight. All right. So last up is going to be the Nosferatu creature. So it's going to go ahead and use its movement to get out inside of you all.
And after 10 feet, I think a bunch of actions are gonna go off.
Yeah. Emil, you get to take your held action, and anybody else who. Actually, I think it might have just been you because Archaea is holding a melee attack. Oh no, Katara
No,
was.
Chauncey. Chauncey said he was gonna hold one.
No.
He used his action to do all that stuff.
It as an action, yeah.
Oh, like okay.
Yeah, he was doing so much stuff that he used his action to do it.
Yeah.
Actually, Katara can't help with
Nope.
an attack unless she was within 5 feet of it, but not within 5 feet of you.
Yeah, because you can distract it if you're all up in his face.
Yeah. Yeah. Emil, you just get to take your attack. That's all that happens here. Go ahead.
Yeah. I haven't used the Glock in a while. And when I did, I freaking... Oh, it's 23 to hit.
Hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Yep. Damage is... Okay.
Oh god, Katara.
Last time I fired this thing, it jammed, so...
So sad.
Right.
Damn.
Wait a minute, Nope. Never mind. That is a 4, and then plus my Hippocratic Oathbreaker.
Right.
Oh wait a minute, I have a freaking thing for this. Dang it. That's how long I haven't used it for. I was doing it manually. 7 points total of piercing.
Okay, so 7 points of piercing damage. So it rounds the corner as you see her. You see this same visage that Chauncey had seen previously, and you fire a shot. Yeah, you see a splatter of blood come out of its shoulder. Yeah, it's just this terrifying looking thing. And Katara, you just see this husk of her former self round this corner and enter your sight.
So after to end that like held, after he fires, he's gonna look back to Katara just like, what do we do? It's her friend.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I don't want to kill her.
Katara, do you think you could save that?
It might be too late. It might be too late to save her.
And with that, you just hear it let out another shriek. And this time a little bit more aggressively, as it's just, again, still restrained by all these kind of leather-looking bounds, but just like walking, almost limping forward. And I'm going to need all of you as it lets let loose this shriek to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, yay!
Oh, no.
I'm on mute. You're lucky because I just like knowed a lot.
Oh, no.
Oh,
You just like
man.
Vader node.
No.
Oh, no.
Was that my dice?
No, that was
okay.
7.
Yeah, yours didn't come out, but it was good.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think we did at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, no.
I'm out.
let's see. So, Archaea fails, Katara
Yeah.
fails, Chauncey and Emil succeed.
26.
Yeah, that 26 with Emil. You're the one person who didn't need that high of a roll, too. But yeah, Chauncey and Emil, you
Am I the
are
only one with
both
a bonus?
just like... Yeah, Archaea has a +1, that's about it. But,
I mean...
yeah, you two just are just like viscerally terrified by this grotesque image, but it does not seem to be enough to shake you to your core, and you, having seen many years of combat, just steal your resolve. Archaea and Katara, first of all, Archaea, this is just like the thing of nightmares, and Katara, this is very personal to you, and having known this person and seeing what's become of them, it shakes you, so you are both frightened.
Cool.
Yeah, you're frightened of the Nosferatu creature. But
For us.
that takes its action, so that's all it's going to be able to do. So back up to the top of the round, Katara.
Right?
Well, this is a lab, so I can't use what I'm gonna use. We need to get it out in the hallway.
Oh, no.
And she's gonna start making her way out into the hallway. So she will move, and plus she's frightened too, so.
That's true, yeah, so you can't move closer.
Yep, there's one direction you can move when you're frightened, and it's real far away.
Real far away.
Alright, hold on, I'm just trying to calculate this, so... 5, 10.
Cleanse doesn't remove frightened, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, she's gonna move pretty much all the way out here, because that should be about 50 feet right there.
Okay.
Well, if you cleanse the world of this thing that they're afraid of, that would kill.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes, you are not incorrect.
Okay, so Katara just like, yeah, you're just like, your heart is pounding in your chest, but you also feel like this, just like this fiery sensation course through you, and you feel something new in your veins that you hadn't felt before. It seems that thing you consumed is definitely starting to take hold, and you just dash out of the room with more speed than you've ever had before. So, you're gonna be out there in the hall?
Yep.
So you're holding your action?
Yep, holding. She's got her weapon ready for when, let's say, they all get out and they're all not within the distance of the grenade launcher. She's gonna fire.
Okay, gotcha. So that's gonna be Katara's turn. Next up, Arkea.
Now my question is, can I attack this even though I'm frightened?
You have disadvantage.
Yeah, you can attack with disadvantage, but you also can't willingly move closer to it.
No, I'm going to throw this knife.
Oh wait.
Okay.
Could I have done my will save at the end of my turn? Is that a thing?
Hold on, actually. Yeah, you can. Yeah, go ahead and make that wisdom saving throw again.
Also, is it while the source of your fear is within sight?
Nope. Just at the end of your turn, you would have disadvantage if it's within line of sight. But yeah, so that's about the only difference it makes. So that was a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just like, having not been away from her for a little while now, and with her being out of sight, you just like steal your resolve, take a couple of deep breaths, and just make your peace with it, and you are no longer frightened.
Sweet.
Depressant's what I needed.
Yeah, depressant would get rid of fear.
So, to throw blade, is that strength or constitution? Or dexterity?
That would be strength. It'd be whatever you use for the attack roll.
Okay.
Now, does that have the thrown property?
It says properties: finesse, light, thrown, range of 20 to 60 feet.
Okay. Yeah. Oop, that wasn't what I was looking for. Yeah. So you could throw it there. It wouldn't be at disadvantage. But you don't add your proficiency because you're not proficient with edged weapons.
Nope.
So it's just your strength.
Yeah. Cool. So it's a d20.
All right. So you take this blade by the blade end and attempt to throw it at the creature in front of you. It goes, but as it heads toward it, it was a good throw, but one of its long, stocky arms just like bats it out of the way as it gets near.
That was a good throw too.
Yeah, it was a pretty good throw.
Yeah.
If Emil said that, she's just gonna look over him and go, thanks. Kind of sigh at herself. She's gonna, oh boy, she's just gonna stay put. She's gonna stay put, and then that's gonna be her turn.
Okay. You could,
yeah.
All right. Well,
make the will save.
Yeah. So you make your wisdom saving throw with disadvantage since it's still line of sight, or since you still have line of sight.
Yeah. That is not what I wanted. Game. That is not. What the?
This is a new round, right?
This is a new round.
All right. I'm gonna use my talking for this round.
What was that?
I said a lot of stuff last round, but
Ooh, ugh, gross.
But Emil's gonna say, "Get to the hallway. We're leading her out of this room."
12. Okay, no. Anyway, it's a 8.
All right. So, yeah, you are just still terrified by this thing. Your eyes are just locked on it, and you just can't shake the fearful presence that it has.
And in that case,
or technically, horrifying visage that it has.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Its heart's beating.
Well, all right. Well, I'm assuming I can't use movement now then.
Well, since you ended your turn and you already made the save, that has to be the end of your turn. Because the order there is very important. But Chauncey, your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to look at Emil, see him shoot his gun.
Yep.
And I'm just going to look back at it, confused, And go,
Like, when you look back at him who shot his gun, he's just like.
Well, like,
And plus, you heard everything Katara said.
Yeah.
Told me to not kill it, but let's do this anyways. With my MP5, I'm gonna shoot 5 rounds at it.
All right, go ahead and roll for attack.
22.
Hits.
Okay. And that is a lot of damage. Give me a sec.
That's a lot of damage. Give me a
That's
sec.
a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage.
That is
19.
19.
All
Good
right,
rolls.
19 points of damage.
And then, am I allowed to do a trick shot within those shots as well? Like, not those ones, but like with my extra attack. Use my extra attack, and one of the bullets would be the trick shot, or the whole attack would be the trick shot?
Well, it would apply, to the attack.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Like, I know it has to hit for it to happen anyways, but I didn't know if it was like considered one of those bullets or all of those bullets.
Yeah, it just takes the attack as a whole is what applies it.
Oh, okay. All right, we're gonna do that then. I'm gonna shoot it with an extra attack.
All right.
21.
Also hits.
Now, do I do the trick shot or do I do the damage?
It's kind of arbitrary what order it happens in, so you could do whichever.
All right,
Yeah, they're both on it. Yeah, they both happen on a hit.
That is 18
Wow.
points of
Basically
All
the
right.
same roll.
Yeah, almost. So Chauncey just lets loose the 10-round burst towards it as it's approaching, and it just you see the bullets just like tearing its flesh asunder as it's getting closer and closer, but like getting pushed back and just bits of flesh and blood flying out from its sides.
So I want that limb shot to come off now.
All right, so it's the limb shot, so that's a Constitution saving throw, I believe.
Yes.
That's a 25.
Oh yeah.
So you shot you focus those last 5 rounds on the sort of tendrils that are flailing around it, and while they did hit against it, it does seem to be quite hardy, and you just see the ends just protrude a little bit more with those sharpened points. So you still got movement.
Yeah, I'm gonna move. That's for sure.
All right.
Excuse me, and it's double space to go through these guys?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, you can move through an ally space, but it would cost you 10 feet instead of 5 feet.
Okay, so I can move 20 feet then if I go through their space.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm out. It didn't die. I'm out.
All right. So that's Chauncey's turn. Next up, Emil.
All right, I'm going to shoot out with the Glock again.
All right. Roll for attack. Unfortunately, you fire a shot and it just sort of like impacts and bounces off of one of the the straps of leather that are just restraining it. That seem to be really thick.
Probably should have asked before I did that. Would I be able to, like, pick up Arkea and take her out of the room?
If she's willing, I would say you can as a grapple, which would be half
action.
movement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If she's willing, I'll say you could. You could just sort of like push her along. But
Okay,
yeah,
if
it
she's
would
willing,
have
then
your
doesn't
movement.
take an action. That's fine.
Yeah.
We just need to get out of the door.
All right.
Is Arkea willing?
Hold on. Hi, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Muted myself. Yeah, no, definitely. She's definitely willing. She's scared.
So that's
5.
like you're literally scared though.
Oh yeah, no, literally.
Yeah.
That's 5. So that would be 10.
So you
15,
could get 10.
or no.
Yeah,
5,
the farthest
15,
you can get.
25. I want to get here. That would be the
The
full 30.
farthest.
Yeah.
Well, because it would technically take another 10 feet after that.
No, it's no.
So
it's fine.
yeah, the
It's
10.
fine.
Yeah, the farthest you'd be able to get is here, but you can't end your turn in
That's
another
right.
creature's space. So the furthest you could really get is here.
I'll just shove her behind me.
All right.
Could I have just like went off
Towards
to
the
the
monster.
side from my 30? Like go off and
It would have required more speed. Yeah, you would have needed to take the dash action.
Sorry guys.
Well, I think he still had 5 foot left, but his turn
No,
already ended.
he didn't.
No,
He
I was
used all of it
that was
because
my
he
30,
went
yeah.
through your
You had to
space.
go to the care.
Because but that was only because he ended with 20, and there was an extra 5 feet to go through some
yeah.
space. So that would have
Oh yeah,
brought it up
that's
to
true.
5,
You
right?
technically would have had
I thought you said
25.
10.
Yeah,
Well,
so one of the 5s becomes 10.
Yeah, one of the 5s becomes 10, which means you
That's
technically
where I missed. That's where I misunderstood.
Oh.
Yeah, I would have moved
Well,
them.
would have had 25 feet, but you would have had to do that on your turn. We'll
Yeah,
say
so lesson learned. Lesson learned. Yeah. But can I just shove her behind me just so she's
sure.
closer to the door and between
Yeah, I'll
me and
say
the thing?
you could. She's willing. You could easily shove her forward. So Archaea moves down 1 space.
Yeah, just so that we're slowly moving that direction, and I just want to make sure that she's not going to be the spearhead between the big thing, and
Yeah.
so
All right.
that's all in my turn right there in front.
So that's the end of Emil's turn. Next up is Nosferatu.
Yeah.
So it is gonna go ahead and use 10 feet of movement to go here.
Yeah.
And seeing y'all lined up, you see it's these
God, no.
arm
Close,
stalks just like flailing above you. I'm gonna say for the sake of this, with the amount of people that have been going in and out of it, that it's open.
Yeah. Figured.
And you see like its uppermost tendril it just like opens up at the end, and just like as it's flailing around starts spraying down this purple poisonous liquid that's going to affect a 15-foot cube, so that could get all 3 of you. So I need you guys to each make Constitution saving throws.
Gross. It's on me.
Exactly. Gross.
Man.
I hate my life.
Wait.
Ooh, you said Constitution saving?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, wait a second.
The first time
I think
I've
wait a second.
I think we should be good.
Wait a second. I have proficiency with this stuff.
Well, add your proficiency bonus.
So that's 23.
I'm pretty sure that makes it, but the rest is 20. It's 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15's for everybody else. So,
Yeah.
everybody except Archaea fails.
Oh, what?
It's on me. Ow.
Oh my god!
So, Emil and Chauncey take 37 points of poison damage.
That's no problem.
Archaea, you take half of that, so that would be 18 points of poison damage.
No.
I wanted to use the encouragement.
You would have had.
Yeah.
Gotta remember to use that when you roll it. Yeah, before the results, yeah.
7 hit points.
So, and also Emil and Chauncey are poisoned.
Oh god.
Also,
Wait,
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
poisoned,
purple.
right?
No.
You're not
good.
poisoned.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good,
you
that's
succeeded on the save. So
Oh,
you
man, I'm
take
scared.
yeah, so the ones that failed took full damage and are poisoned.
Oh god. Oh yeah, I'm definitely.
And-
Wait, I think I might be in danger. Hold on.
That is going to be the end of its turn. So back up to the top of the round, Katara.
Oh, okay.
I'm still in a shock from that roll.
A whole lot of screaming going on now in this hall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
So this is a longer hallway. So she's gonna move up, say like 15, just to see what's going on at first, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna go up and just look around the corner and be like, "What's going on?" And just like, oh, and then she's just gonna, well, just try to run away from it and try to bring it in the hallway. I'm going up here.
We're on it. We're on it.
So then she's gonna move
Burning
up
flesh.
another. Yeah, she's gonna move up another, up to here.
Okay, yeah. That's all within your crazy movement.
Yep. And then just continue to hold her action until they get out of until they come into the hallway. This thing comes in. They're away from the explosion. And she
Gotcha.
can shoot it.
So, yeah, you guys, Chauncey would be like the one who could mostly see that as Katara just into the hall is just like, oh, what's going on? You respond, and then she's just like, off around the corner. So, that's going to be Katara's turn. Archaea, you're up next.
Oh, I hate my life. So, it's 10 feet to get through a player's area, right?
Yeah. So just minus 5 feet from your total movement for the sake of ease is one way to remember it.
So, I'm going to dash.
All right.
Okay. And get the crap out of here.
All right.
She's going to just kind of push by Chauncey and be like, excuse me, and just going to run.
Yeah, you just got sprayed and coated in acid, and you're just like out of there.
All right, so
going as far as your little legs can carry you.
Which is 50 feet?
55 feet it would be, yeah.
Oh, yeah, 55 feet. So here, and then the screen's not big enough.
All right, so you take off running. All right, and that's Archaea's turn.
Wait a second. Is it possible that I could have encouraged somebody running out of there?
I'd say so, yeah. That's a bonus action.
Okay.
How do you encourage?
She's going to encourage Emil, and she's going to be like, you got this!
Yeah.
Put angel wings on yourself so you remember.
I'll use this one.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So, that's Archaea's turn. Chauncey, you're up next.
Nope.
What you up to, Chauncey?
I was looking up the fatigue. Again, I keep forgetting what happens when you're fatigued.
Oh, yeah, for the first one? Because, yeah, you just have 1 point of fatigue for being poisoned. So you have a disadvantage on mobility checks and saves.
But I do not.
What?
My character does not, because the tireless.
Well, you have it from the poisoned condition, not from the caution.
Do I have 2?
Oh.
Yeah, you would technically have 2, so that means your movement is halved.
Katara!
Help!
Okay, so I'm only at 1 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're only at 1.
And I would also.
Thanks to the tireless.
That's all I was trying to make sure, because it was a little confusing in my head. So I'm out.
I'm out.
You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and use my action to keep running. That's 60 feet, right?
Yeah, if you use the action to dash, you could get 60 feet of movement.
Yep. I've seen her running, and I'm just hauling ass behind her.
Yeah, you just like Katara, you see Chauncey round the corner in his heavy armor, guns in hand, and just running as fast as his heavy butt can carry him.
Tom Cruise style.
Yeah, Tom Cruise style. Yeah, Tom Cruise style, back completely straight. He's on the phone for some reason. Yeah, he's out of there. All right, so that's gonna be Chauncey's turn. Next up, Emil.
I'm going to first. I'm gonna use a med fluid for my medical pouch. No, I'm gonna use my herb sprayer
Okay.
as a bonus action. Just give myself a quick shh.
All right, so you give yourself a heal.
Yes.
What was in the herb sprayer?
A med fluid. I have a med fluid in my herb sprayer.
Right. That's what you said.
So that's 44 plus 4, and that's not in addition to plus anything else. It's just the fluid.
Yeah.
So okay, it's not like plus intelligence or something.
No, yeah.
Ugh, 12.
Ugh. Yikes.
It's something.
It's exactly average. It brings me out of caution, which means I go down to 1 fatigue.
Yeah, so which means you have full movement.
Which means I have full movement, and I'm going to use my action to dash.
All right. So as you get out of its reach,
Oh, it's fine. That's fine. Oh,
it's going to take an opportunity attack against you, but yeah, that's about it.
Emil is so got this.
Also, shout outs to Milkaya's freaking bookmarked PDF that I just used to quickly find the conditions right here. I was like, oh, I don't have those up.
Do you want to roll that first before I move?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Because if it hits, then I go down back into caution, and then I might have less movement again.
So let's see. So it's gonna come at you with one of its claws. It's 21 to hit.
That's a plus 8 that hits.
Oh
right.
no!
This thing just whacked me.
It just whacked you. I don't want to see this. Oh, okay, it's not too bad.
So you take 9 points of damage in total. So that's 6 piercing and 3 necrotic damage as it stabs at you as you leave.
Wait a minute, necrotic?
Yeah.
No, I need to do like is lasting effects still what gives me?
No, that's a feature. Do you?
Yeah,
that you have to
lasting
cast.
effect to give a greener resistance to necrotic, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that robo changes.
The audacity.
So I am back in caution
Oh no.
by 1 point.
Oh
It
no.
literally brought me 1 point into caution,
That's the
and I'm
worst.
gonna hobble my ass a full 30 feet.
Hobble
Right there.
so 30 feet.
A whole 30 feet, just like, Katara!
What?
I need fluids!
So that's Emil's turn.
That is Emil's turn, yelling, I need fluids!
So
Yeah, it sounds like
Nosferatu is going to go ahead and it's gonna go ahead and use a dash to get as far as it can.
Say these kind of things.
So it just starts hobbling. You hear the door behind you, and as you look back, you see it just like crash through the door, stumble out, and then start just like stumbling towards you with incredible speed. I'm just gonna roll this IRL just for the sake of expediency to see if it recharges its poison spray, which it does.
Oh god.
So, but that's going to be the end of its turn.
Okay.
Since it used its action to dash. So that is going to be its turn. So back up to the top of the round. Katara, you're up.
I'm still holding my action.
All right, still holding your action. Same line of action.
Raph,
Uh-huh.
did you roll initiative for Fox?
I did not, but he's busy.
Okay.
He sent Archaea after you guys. That was as far as he got.
And he's watching us on the monitors going like, that just looks like trouble.
Yeah,
That sucks.
I hope he is very busy.
Well, that sucks.
yeah, he's got things to do, man.
He's taking notes right now, just being like, are they truly expendable?
Yeah, exactly. So,
Oh man.
next up is Archaea.
Mr. Dr. Fox, get out here, Mr. Fox.
Every time we make a movement in front of a security camera, he's got to erase it.
He's just like, stop moving around.
Okay. Seeing everybody on the other side of this hallway, she's gonna be like, shit, I moved the wrong way.
Emil is going to be going towards your direction.
Oh, okay.
Like he's facing your direction while trying to hobble.
Alright, in that case, this is stupid, but she's gonna run up to you and she's gonna use the herb spray. What was in the herb spray, Emil?
Alright, so it's 44 plus 4.
Alright. So, 4.
Oh, by the way, just to retroactively handle this, I'll just go ahead and take an average and say Emil and Chauncey took 2 points of poison damage at the start of the turn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
At the start of our turns?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
44.
Well, even if it was at the end of your turns, you guys would have already taken it by now, so. Okay, so you're using that on Emil?
So then I go up 15.
Okay.
Alright, thanks. Now get out of here. Run. You can? That was a no, because that was a bonus action. You still have an action left.
Oh, that means I could still dash.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Okay, get your butt out of here, Emil.
You get out of here. I can't move yet.
Alright, so I used 25 feet to get there, so I have 25 feet left. Right?
All right.
No. Yeah, something like that. I'll just go back to where I was.
All right. So
Yeah.
that's the end of Archaea's turn.
Yeah.
Next up, Chauncey.
I'm going to just gonna move a little. Wait, I gotta get off of this. A little bit forward because I outran
Pardon me.
myself.
All right.
About right here,
All right.
and I'm gonna hold my action unless I can get a clean shot on it from here.
I would say I would have 3/4 cover if you try to attack it from here.
You know what? I'm a baller. Let's do it.
All right. 3/4 cover.
Here we go.
So now that just disadvantages, right?
No, that adds to its AC.
Yeah, makes it harder to
Oh,
hit. And it's very hard to hit.
yeah. Well, let's do it.
All right.
Chances of power.
20.
So
Nice.
3/4 cover would be +5 AC. So yeah, that doesn't hit.
Doesn't.
No,
No,
because
not.
15s don't hit it, and it's already +5.
All right. Extra attack. That was 5 bullets, by the way.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
all 5.
Like I
And
said,
it's-
we don't
yeah,
specify.
yeah.
We'll assume you useful. So
Yeah.
all of those bullets, just trying not to hit a meal, but shooting for this thing at the corner. The
That's fancy.
spread just like goes up the wall.
Cover fire, right?
That is a trick shot he can get. He doesn't have it,
Oh,
but
that's true. Yeah.
yeah, it's a trick shot that can be triggered on a miss.
Nice.
Wait, a trick shot can be triggered on a miss?
That's
Cover fire.
for-
Yeah, the cover fire trick shot
later on.
is the only one. Well, it's just one of the options. There's no way he could get all of them, so
Okay.
he would have to pick it. But yeah, one of the
he picks. Okay, I get it.
yeah, he picks from a list of trick shots. But yeah, it's the only one
I
that can
haven't
be
played
triggered on a
Soldier since
miss.
it got good.
Now,
Yeah.
for my extra attack, am I able to use it to, like, assist with someone else's attack?
No, it has to be an attack of your own.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah,
the
it's
help
technically not-
action,
it's-
you're technically taking the attack action, and then you get to attack twice when you take the attack action. So help action is entirely different action.
Okay, well,
Also,
Can
remember
I
you have
hold-
you're
can-
encouraged.
yeah.
Round
Can I
one.
hold my second attack action for whenever it picks
You
its head up?
cannot. You can only hold an action, and you've already used your action to start attacking.
Oh, that sucks.
Because it's one action, but in
Yeah.
that one action, you can attack twice.
Well, I'm gonna just go ahead and roll this then. All right,
Alright.
another shots, and then if I don't, yeah. I want to ask, will a D6 make that happen or not? Because I don't want to burn it if it's
You
not
don't
even
know.
got a chance in hell.
There's one way you can find out.
I would literally have to roll the
A
6
six.
though. I'll hold on to it still.
All
I
right, so
burned 5 more bullets.
yeah. Well, you just found that NP5 around here anyway, so you just
Yeah, I was gonna say usually 3 bullets.
yeah, you're just like firing down in that direction, and just most of the rounds just scatter across the wall as the kick sends them lining upwards, unable to hit it with this cover. So that's gonna be Chauncey's turn.
Yeah.
All right, Emil, your turn.
All right, I'm going to move, so I'll let it hit me first because I dropped down to caution again.
All right. So it's gonna take its opportunity attack against you with its claw. That is a 19 to hit. You take 16 points of damage in total,
Not again.
of piercing and necrotic. Back down to caution.
All right.
This is what disengages are for.
Yeah.
I know, but do you see how many people are in caution?
I mean, I'm not really hurting that bad.
Well, come on, where are you moving?
I'm trying. Well, I'm thinking if I need to shoot something down their direction or not. I don't think I do because Chauncey looks like he's moving around just fine. I'm gonna move down. I only have 15 feet. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right.
And then,
Well, actually, technically, you would have to. The opportunity attack happens when you escape its reach. So, I'm not sure if that would make any difference because.
well,
That's
so,
iffy.
like,
We'll say
it would be like that. It hits me, and then I
Yeah.
get another.
And then whatever's
half of
remaining would be
25?
halved. Actually, technically, that's still within its reach there. So you would have to move a bit farther than that. So it happens kind of right there. So you can move 15 feet before it gets halved.
Here?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
Sure,
say you
okay.
can. Yeah. All right. So that's Emil's turn.
Hey, come here.
No,
with
I still
that,
have an action
held
left. And I'm going to use.
What are you gonna do with your
use
action?
my chem material to cast tier 2 treat wounds.
All right. On.
The lady to my left.
All right. So you're already casting treat wounds on her. In the meantime,
Yeah, tier 2.
Katara, you taking
And
that
that will-
held
yeah, that will
action
be my
right now?
turn.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, you could launch it right there and just. Thump. Is this with just regular explosive rounds?
Yeah, explosive round.
So that's going to be a mobility saving throw.
If this is happening as I'm leaving, I imagine. Yes! I imagine like Emil's just like getting cut across the back, like. No!
Yeah, and yeah, just behind you as you dive away from this thing. It takes 19 points of explosive damage, and just as the dust settles, you see its limbs still flailing out there, but you seem to have done a hefty chunk to it.
Good.
As you eject the big 40mm shell out of your launcher. So.
This is a heal for Archaea.
Oh!
Why can't I get that?
Wow.
She's back up to
Nice.
what she lost.
That's more hit than her maximum hit points, I think. Oh, man.
I should have done it
Alright.
for myself.
So,
You should have.
Okay,
next
I
up
can do that again next turn.
is
Yeah.
Nosferatu's turn.
Why can't
It's going to come out here. And it's going to start heading this direction, having just been exploded from there. And it can,
Exploded.
yeah, it moves 20 feet to there.
Oh no.
Sup, bro?
And, oh, and it did recharge its poison spray last time, so.
Oh no.
Did it have to dash to get here, though?
No, it didn't. It had to dash on the previous turn, but now it just used 20 feet to get there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It would have had to walk outwards because it was right here.
25 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on, let me see.
I don't know what its move speed is, so.
It looks
Because
like it's
it
only 20.
had a dash to move 30.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
that's why I don't know. Like.
Yeah, so actually that's as far as it could get realistically. So it does.
Oh. Okay, so
All
it's
right.
a little slower. That's good.
So it is going to hold off on the poison spray and is going to start flailing one of its several claws out towards Chauncey with its 10-foot reach. So first attack is 23 to hit,
Yep.
and the second attack is 12 to hit. So first one hits, dealing 18 points of piercing and necrotic damage, as one of the large claw, just pike arms, just
Oh no.
pierces into you. So that's
Don't worry, I'm
Nosferatu's
always
turn.
slow now.
Back up to the top of the round is Katara.
Yeah. Can't heal you.
I got it. I got this.
If you say so. She's going to move back to the door here.
All right.
Actually, okay, so as a question, is there a way I could enter the door, right? Enter into the room, but with the door open, still fire off a round like right here?
Yeah, I could say that could be pretty easily done.
Okay,
You just
and
hold the
then-
door open for a sec while you're in the doorway.
Yeah, and then Chauncey's out of range, right?
What's it,
Raph.
10-foot radius?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be fine if you fire it just behind it.
Cool. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get into the doorway and just... I'm going to make sure to leave it open for Chauncey to get in as most likely going to retreat.
Don't worry, I won't make it that far.
I won't make it that But, you know, just...
So you're launching another round. That's another mobility saving throw. Which it fails again.
Oh,
yeah.
So good.
So, the round goes flying over your head, Chauncey, and then explodes right behind this creature as you see it get lit up from behind, creating a bit of a silhouette as it stumbles forward from the impact. So, if that's going to be a Katara's turn, what are you saying also, Lauren?
Did I take 2 damage at the beginning of my turn?
Oh, I forgot about it. Well, hold on, I got a D4 ready to roll now. So, yeah, you took 1 point of poison damage at the start of your turn.
That goes for me as well?
Yeah, I'll say it goes for both of you. I'll just roll it at the top of a round and say you guys can deduct that when it gets to your turns. So, right, that would have been last round, yeah. So, new round. Well, I'll get to it when it gets to Chauncey's turn. So, next up is Archaea, if that's all Katara's doing.
Yep, that's all she's doing. Because she can't move, so...
I've come bearing you provisions for your zombies adventure.
Oh my, there's a lot of
provisions!
I
there health serums in those provisions?
Because it's close to Halloween, you get a banana.
Give me that. Alright, so... I don't know what to do.
It's pumpkin spice candy.
Run!
Out of your place right now. She's gonna...
There's 2 doors, go through.
She's gonna dash backwards.
Okay, so heading back into the laboratories. All right.
Wait,
so you just like...
feet?
Yeah, you don't need a dash to do that, but yeah, the laboratory doors go upwards as you enter into going past the decontamination chamber and into the laboratory.
Wait, can I make a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, are you still frightened?
She's
I'm still frightened.
Oh, you're still frightened. Yeah, you can make a wisdom saving throw.
All right, cool. I'll make that then.
Add like a skull or something on your character if you're still frightened.
Yeah. So with a 13, you steal your resolve, and having seen this just variety of explosions and shots go off, you're starting to feel a little bit more confident that you and your allies are going to be able to overcome this threat. And just despite its, I guess technically it's still in line of sight actually.
Unless there's glass doors.
Yeah, because there's glass doors, because you guys were able to look in here from the outside. So technically you would have disadvantage on the roll, so just roll it one more time just to make sure.
Natural 20.
Okay.
What is happening?
Go ahead and roll it one more time.
Oh, okay.
Should have kept running.
Okay, yeah, you're still good. So yeah, you just shake off the frightening effect that this creature had held on you. So that's going to be the end of Archaea's turn. Next up is Chauncey.
All right. Blaze of Glory. I'm just gonna keep
continuing with MP5.
Yeah. How's it looking? Can I ask? Is it looking a little weaker?
It looks to have sustained some damage, but it still looks to be in pretty decent shape.
Oh, this thing's nasty. Right, yeah, I'm still shooting it.
All right.
19.
Hits.
16 damage.
All right. So you light him up. Just like going out in blaze of glory, spraying from the shoulder at this range. So have a second attack.
Yep, the extra attack, and then just end it with a lot of clicks at the end because this will be the last of the ammo.
Oh, nice. Stylish. Unfortunately, that doesn't hit. So Yeah, as you fire these last rounds,
he still have.
Oh, encourage! Wait, yes, encourage.
I did.
It didn't hit.
Well, because we already know what 15 doesn't hit. We already knew what 15
I was gonna
doesn't
say
hit.
I did say the result, but you guys did already know that a 15 doesn't hit. So I would say, yeah, if you would have used the encouragement, you may now.
Okay. Last time I'll ever do that.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're good.
20. Yes.
So yeah, just for Archaea, you managed to make this work, and you just focus the fire down in front of it, past the arms that come up to form a shield. So go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, that was weak sauce. 14.
That was pretty weak sauce. But all right.
Would it be? Can I throw the gun at it? Or is that like an extra?
You can, but it wouldn't do anything.
I
would say,
at least distract it, like just a thud, hit it up against the face, and then run.
Yeah, you just like one of those zombies from Resident Evil 6. You just chuck your gun at it, and it just like clatters against it.
Yep. So I can move 15 feet then. Half movement, right?
Let's see, because you're poisoned, that's a point of fatigue, and then you're in danger, which gives you a point of fatigue. So yeah, that would be you would be at half movement.
Oh,
so that's as far as you can get. All right. So
like,
next up, Emil.
Putting my hand out to Katara.
Oh. He's still in range.
Oh my goodness, this isn't as big as it looks. Let me zoom out a bit.
Emil's gonna like drop down to one knee and just go like. I'm gonna hit him with a medical injection.
All right. Nice.
Hey.
How does that work? Do I have to attack him? I know the card's here. I'm trying to remember how it works because he is friendly, but I think it's only within a certain thing when friendlies.
I think it has to be. I think it has to be within the effective range. What does it say on the?
I'm looking for the thing right now. I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Hypo gun. Device used to inject content. Automatically hit against willing creatures within the effective range, so it automatically hits.
All right, so yeah, you get medically injected. What is the heal on that? Go ahead, whatever it is, go ahead and roll it up.
Medical injection. Oh, it's only 46.
Still a whole lot. So I add 46. You said?
Yeah, I'm
4d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
46 would be insane. Yeah.
Would be nasty.
Yeah, you gain 46 hit points. Is it just 46?
Roll it up. Yeah.
Let me check.
Think. Yeah, because it's a crafted item, right? So yeah, it's just 46. Only features allow you to add intelligence.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay, so it's 46.
Oh, I can get rid of this little angel wings here.
Yeah.
You gain that much. 14 points.
Oh, I'm still hurt.
Yeah, figured.
Still in danger though?
I am not as hurt. Yeah, I'm not as hurt anymore.
By the way, Chauncey and Emil, you both took 3 points of poison damage as well.
I'm back to being really hurt. You said 3, right?
Yeah.
That's the money too.
That's all it took.
Yeah.
Oh
All right,
man.
so that was my main action. I'm gonna put my hypo gun away and start trying to take out my Garen.
All right. Good to know.
But that comes out at the end of or the beginning of my next turn, so I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stay right here.
All right. So it is going to go ahead. Next up is Nosferatu. It's gonna use its 20 feet of movement to move up here.
End of my turn.
It's not me.
And yeah, it has it. It's gonna go ahead and use its poison spray. So the tendril up top starts spraying out this just this barrage of purple liquid at you guys. So I need Katara and Chauncey to make Constitution saving throws. Say what?
I'm immune to this, right? Like.
Oh, well, yeah. What do you have? Well, how does that work exactly?
I have bolster. What was it? It's bolster. I have it up right here. Hold on.
She got balls.
Yeah, so I have bolster immune system, so I have immunity to disease and poison condition, and I already have resistance to poison damage.
Okay, so you still have to make this throw, the saving throw, to see how much damage you take. But
okay.
But you automatically take half.
Yeah, you will automatically. Yeah, exactly. You'll automatically take half, or if you succeed, you'll take a quarter damage.
Oh.
So make your Constitution saving throw. So that's a 22 for Chauncey.
It is.
That succeeds, so you'll take half.
Oh,
Natural 20.
Son!
Get that poison out of here.
Yeah. So let's roll it up real quick. That's 42 points of poison damage, reduced to 21 for Chauncey, and reduced to 10 for Katara. So Katara, you take 10 points of poison damage. Chauncey, you take 21 poison damage.
Okay, so how's this work now?
Did 21 put you down?
Oh, 21 put me down. Hard.
Okay, yeah. So you are currently dying.
I'm down.
So, with that, as the poison descends on you guys, Katara, you are just are hardly affected by it, but you see Chauncey in front of you get caked and just immediately just collapses to the ground. And yeah, he looks to be in pretty bad condition. So that ends Nosferatu's turn. Back up to the top of the round is going to be Katara.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh, she's poisoned.
He is poisoned.
Oh no. Okay. I can't move you. I can't move you.
You can move him.
Shoot it. I can only take so much damage when I'm dead anyways.
But you're already taking damage because you're poisoned.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already gonna take damage to shoot it. Hit it in the face. I don't care. Kill this damn thing. Die.
So if I shoot it from back here.
Yeah, you could get it without getting Chauncey.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right. So the last round just explodes behind it, knocking it forward a bit. So that's another mobility saving throw. I think that fails.
Nope.
Yeah.
That fails.
So, takes the full damage. So that's another 15 points of damage against it. So, it's starting to show signs of wear here as that explosion just crawls up the back of it, and you see just some of the threads of leather starting to fall off of it. It looks a little bit more freed from it, but a lot more hurt.
Oh man. Okay,
You can't say nothing, Chauncey. You're dead.
I know.
You're dying.
I'm saying this from beyond the grave. That's why I didn't come out in words.
Well, actually, you're still conscious,
Yeah,
actually.
I'm still there.
So you could technically
you don't
say
want
stuff.
what's in my hypo gun.
Put me to sleep.
Alright, so she's gonna.
Just go to sleep.
God, there's nothing she can do. She's gonna move.
You can't concoct some stuff with your med fluids or your
Nope.
fluids. It's spray some good stuff on me.
I can't. I have nothing for that at all.
Yeah.
Let my body go to waste.
That's the med kits area.
Yep, that's not mine. She's gonna move.
Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do.
And she's gonna move to this. She's gonna move to this back corner.
All right. So, Katara's moved. Arkea, you're up next.
Hello, I'm here.
Okay, can't she
So she's gonna run up to her max 30 feet, right? That should be within 60 feet of Emil. Or, I mean, in 60 feet of Conti.
Yep.
And she's gonna, what is that called? Is it motivate?
Motivation.
I beat the shit out of her.
She's gonna go, Chauncey, no!
Yeah.
And she's gonna, no! And I love you, you must stay alive! And she's going to use motivation, which she gains 1 of my support dice.
All right. So yeah, go ahead and roll a d6, Arkea.
Roll them strong heels.
I believe
Here comes the 6.
Make me to stand up.
Here comes the 6.
Oh, it's still pretty good. You gain 5 hit points, Chauncey.
That means-
It's just like hearing this voice echo down the halls from your daughter and having just used her encouragement to push through in the fight. You push through once again and just start pulling yourself together. So,
You can't
Well,
go
you're
down
st- you're
from
st-
poison now.
you're still prone, but
Oh, I'm still.
you're just not dying anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. So, geez, I keep losing cams here. So is that gonna be Archaea's turn?
That is going to be her turn.
All right. So next up is going to be Chauncey.
Okay, now is it an action for me to stand up?
It takes half of your movement to stand up.
Okay, then I'll use the half a movement to stand up. Oh, That's not how I do it. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull out my shotgun since I had nothing in my hands.
Uh huh.
And I'm going to start raining some hell on this thing.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
It has a bayonet attached to it.
All right.
How does that work? Is it poke like offhand or is that like
No, it's
poke is an
considered
attack?
an attack. It's not considered offhand.
Oh, then I ain't worried about using that unless it benefited me. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna hit it with the one flechette round and one regular round. Can I
All
do
right.
that?
Yeah. So which
Okay.
the first one's gonna be the flechette?
Well, like, cause I have a new shotgun,
You do. It's a +1 shotgun.
but it fire rates at 2. Is
Yes.
what I'm saying. It's got a fire rate at 2.
that's
but I
right,
only
that's
have
right.
One flechette round.
Yeah. So however,
And
add the d6 for however many flechettes are in that attack.
Okay,
So
okay.
just 1d6.
Yeah. All right. Just wanted to make sure maths were good.
Man.
So roll with advantage. Yeah. Since you're in close
Archaea's
quarters.
got the old one.
And that is a +1 to the attack. All right, and then advantage. 17.
17 hits. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, now I gotta set this up. Wasn't ready.
Take these shots.
Okay, 2. So that's 4d8. +4. There's that, and then
Oh my dear God.
1d6. And that gives us a grand total of 27 damage.
All right, so you guys see just Chauncey as he just gets off of the ground, rises to his feet weakly, pulls the shotgun out from behind his back, and just point blank as huge chunks of just the leather restraints and flesh just fly off of it, and she is just lets out another cry as it just reels back from that shot.
Okay,
There's
so
a couple
it's still alive?
shots. It's still kicking.
Okay, send another 2 shots into its chest. These are regular shots too. So.
The God
And
is
that's
here.
26 to hit.
26 hits. I should also note you took 4 points of poison damage at the start of your turn.
Okay, I'm still good.
Okay. Yeah, because you regained 5.
I will
Yeah.
be. Yeah, I will be good. I didn't change it yet. Okay, so back to this number. 16 points of damage.
All right. So you another 2 shots. The same result. Just lots of blooded flesh and just like restraints flying off of it. So it's looking pretty rough. Is that gonna be Chauncey's turn?
You know what? I'm baller. I'm running. I got to.
Well, you could move 5 feet because you used
I
half
can't,
of
never mind.
your dying movement.
I'm baller.
Yeah.
Remember me. Tell your
Move!
story.
Don't move! I'm coming!
What are you doing?
I'm coming! I can't move that far! Don't move!
I am not doing anything.
Okay,
All
good.
right, so you're staying put. Emil, you're up next.
Oh, I can't move that far.
Which Emil, you take 1 point of poison damage at the start of your turn.
Oh, I thought we took the same.
I'm not
cool
having it
taking
here,
one.
so I'm just
I'm cool
rolling
taking one. I
separately.
wasn't
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
take
sure
that
you
far
are.
anyways.
Yeah.
All right.
What are you doing, Emil?
I just realized I have to dash to get there.
Yeah, because you have 15 feet of movement right now.
No, I'm in caution. Oh, damn it.
Poisoned. Yeah. You're limping. You're so poisoned right now.
I'm so poisoned. I'm going
You're
to...
just like everything. You're dizzy. You're sweating. Just like everything is just off for you right now.
Dig into my bag. Crunch on a blue herb.
All right. So you're no longer poisoned. That's going to take your action.
I was trying to save that, but I gotta move. And
oh
then,
yeah, so that brings your movement back up. Yep.
Yeah, so that brings me up to there because that's my action to eat it, right?
Yep.
To take the blue, so I can only get there, and I need to go further, but I can't. I've got my Garand out though, and I'm just gonna start yelling at the thing.
All right, so you're just back there yelling at it. So
yeah, just coming at it, just like banging against the walls or whatever.
Next up is going to be Nosferatu's turn. So it's face to face with Chauncey and has only one target in mind. So
go ahead, I went down once.
It does recharge its poison spray, but it is not going to use it. It is going to bear down on you with its claws.
I wonder if theoretically that could instantly kill him.
No.
12 doesn't hit. First attack misses. Second attack. Wow.
No.
Oh, dude, this thing is messed up.
Oh my goodness. I'm always so worried whenever Chauncey does this, but just every time, just like the natural ones always come at the right moment for you.
You need to stop worrying. You need to start hitting him more.
I really do. Yeah, so it just swings down at you. You duck out of the way of the first swing. The second one, just as it tries to backswing with this big claw above its head, it just goes, and it's just too close to the wall, and it gets caught on it, and it has to readjust itself and pull it out. Back up to the top of the round is Katara. What are you gonna do? As
So
Chauncey's just sitting there,
come over to the door.
dazed and dizzy and just punch drunk in front of this thing.
So she's gonna come over to the door. Notice Chauncey's still up, and is just like, "Yes, you're not gone." And then she's gonna notice this, just this thing is still there. She's like, "Oh no!" So she's gonna try to flame spray it.
All right, so you just sling your launcher aside and pull out your chemical equipment and just send forth a torrent of flame. 17 hits. Roll your damage.
Awesome.
Ooh.
She's like, "I'm sorry, Catherine." Just
And 17 on the flame damage as well.
yep.
All right, so you just like pull this canister and this lighter out and just like Chauncey just narrowly dodges out of the way of it as the flames just fly forward and just erupt into smolder against Nosferatu. So, Katara, how do you want to do this?
So Katara, being that this happened, she's gonna come. She's gonna say, "I'm sorry, Catherine," and she's gonna come out and just start walking forward with the flame, as she did with the Jabberwock.
Oh, back in the market.
Yeah, but she's sad.
So with
Just flaming this thing down.
With a regretful look in your eye, you step forward, just whispering your goodbyes and sending forth this flame that scorches its body entirely, charring the skin from that greenish gray decay to just a dark charcoal-like black. As the last of the leather bonds burn away and the flames lick up, engulfing its claws, it lets out one last wail before it loses its breath and collapses into this smoldering heap. And Katara, with a tear in your eye, you say your goodbyes.
All right, moment of silence up. Heal me.
Katara, I need a fluid.
She just hands you it without saying anything.
I'm gonna use cleanse to cleanse Chauncey,
All right.
just to get rid of his poison because he's at 1 HP.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to roll for another poison. So you're no longer poisoned, Chauncey. Meals takes out his med kit and just starts doing some work on you and just detoxes your system.
Should be good. Should be good.
What about the rest of my body?
Just give me a moment.
The rest of my body still hurts a lot. Like, a lot. That thing was nasty.
Let's get somewhere a little bit more calm where all these dead bodies are. I'm just gonna like take one of his arms.
Yeah,
just, like,
I'll throw my arm over your shoulder.
And I'm gonna take him over to
Share this space for a moment.
probably I'll like.
There's
come
like
down
beds
here
in
and
this
it's like,
little safe room up here.
are there?
Those
Yeah,
are tables.
Oh, they're table. I thought they were beds. All right, never mind.
Where's the most comfortable chairs?
Swivel.
Either
Swivel chairs?
Yeah, there are swivel chairs in the security room. Yeah.
Okay. Not
And
the armory.
the armory, it doesn't really have chairs. It just has like weapon racks along the walls that sort of extend outwards for like little, like benches where more gear is alongside it.
We can slump me down over here. It's nice and cool in this room. That's like a hospital.
I mean, if he wanted to like preserve you until you got to the morgue, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm that close.
No. He's gonna motion over to Archaea. Like, come on, let's go. And I'll drag you into this room and bring you into the sit you down a chair, seeing Katara hopefully motion to join us all in the room. And he starts setting up for his tend to the injured.
Okay, so you're taking another half hour.
I said it right.
Yeah, she'll come in because she just needs to be around people.
Yeah, Emil is going like once he sits down, he's gonna start setting up. But before he does that, he's just gonna
do it the other way.
He's just gonna hug Archaea.
No,
Okay.
she's going to hug back.
And with that, there's probably going to be where we take our midpoint break.
Yeah.
So we'll be back and resolve that.
This time.
You can, but it's going to bring you and Chauncey a lot closer to being fatigued for
You
good.
can't sleep. I'd have to sleep 8 hours.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, should we? We'll figure this out after the break.
Yeah. We'll be back after the break. So. Thank you all, everybody who's watching. We'll be back very shortly, so don't go anywhere at all. We're just gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll pick up right where we left off. Yeah, you guys almost died. I see also some more new faces in chat.
Rem's been here before.
Oh yeah, Rem Zangara. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But yeah, we'll be right back in a bit. Anyway, without further ado, shall we get back into things?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
All right. So, last we left off, you guys were huddled into the security room. Fox makes a little bit of room as you throw Chauncey down on one of the other swivel chairs.
Yeah, we're just coming in like, get out of the way.
Yeah, it's just like, it's a complete ER scene. You throw his just bloodied and beaten body down on this chair. He looks to be holding on for dear life.
I would like to take a look around while I'm messing with Chauncey's chest, just to see what Mr. Fox is doing, if I can catch a glimpse.
Make a perception check.
Could I, while that perception check's happening, like...
No.
Look for...
You shush, I'm healing you.
Yeah. Well, I'm lounging in the chair. I want to look toward Katara and, like, be like, I'm sorry for your friend. But thank you. Thank you for saving me.
I have a question.
It's... hold on.
Oh,
That's a 20.
these not 20s, man.
Oh, okay.
Katara, you can finish what you were saying first, but we'll get to that in a sec.
Okay, cool. So
dirty.
She's like, thank you. I just felt it would be better to put her down.
I agree. But thank you for not putting me down.
No, I couldn't do that.
But if I ever turn into something like that, I don't want you to do that though.
I don't want to think about that right now.
Neither do I. Let's get better.
So, Emil,
They're like, I'm trying.
so with that
I look
natural
around,
20 coming in,
and I wanna see-
looking.
I bust in and just like,
So on your doing your glance as you bust in first through the door, you do see that he seems to be sifting through all of the surveillance footage, and kind of looks to be in the process of doing what he'd suggested prior to your departure of sifting through the footage, isolating the parts where you guys had appeared, and doctoring it a little bit.
just with video editing.
Yeah, basically basic video editing and making sure that traces of you have been removed, and not much more than that. The feeds still seem to be running, and you can see a couple of feeds showing what's going on in other parts of the facility. You can kind of see in the lobby area that, you know, the like police siren lights shining into it. You see still in the warehouse the torture interrogation of Aiden is still ongoing.
Okay. I'm gonna drop down Chauncey, and actually now, thanks for reminding me, having seen the monitors, I'm not going to do my 30-minute cast. I'm going to spend a buttload of materials.
Do you have a buttload of materials?
Dude, I've got like 13.
Really?
God.
Those buttloads.
Still have more than a stack?
Yeah, I've got 2 stacks of chem materials.
God.
I used 2 of them earlier, which brought me down from a stack and a half.
Oh my God. That's
So yeah,
how
I'm
I
gonna heal I'm just gonna heal with chem materials up until we're good. And then I think we need to just head to the warehouse. Box.
Yeah.
Is he broken?
Doesn't seem like it.
Are they broken?
How do you mean?
And I was just like wrapping him up, like bandaging him. It's like, are they keeping on?
Yeah, they're keeping the pressure up.
Really?
They seem to be patient. These guys match the profile. I've been reading through some of their security databases of the Silver Wolves, that USS assassination team that they've set to specially take care of the beast. So
What year is it?
So these
They've,
guys are. So these were intentionally designed to take him down.
essentially, that's what their sole task is at the moment for Umbrella.
All right, we got to move fast then. I'm gonna just burn through a bunch. I'll just add them up and subtract them when I'm done. So it's 2 materials per. This is for Chauncey. You have 20.
Okay, you're gonna keep going.
Tell me when you're done.
Good.
Another
Keep
12.
going. Keep going.
That's 8. When?
Wait, that's
Six.
so far
6, not
You said
6.
2.
That's 6.
All right.
Okay.
All right, now let me do math. All right, we have 60. That's good. That's more than good now. Yeah, I'm just gonna put myself up to full health.
By the way, did Emil have the green and yellow from earlier?
No, he didn't grab it yet.
No,
so
because we haven't gone back in that room yet.
All right.
you want to go back and get that.
Actually-
While this was happening, could he have just like looked at Archaea and like,
I was gonna
give her,
say.
like a thumbs up, like yeah, thank you.
Okay, is just gonna kind of gently walk over and kind of awkwardly hug him, not to hurt him anymore.
Thanks, kid.
He's fine now. You can squeeze him.
Well, yeah, no, but I mean like during
I don't
the
know what you
process.
just said. Archaea's gonna see. I'm assuming she knows that the footage is still on the computer. Is it like easy to spot?
Yeah, it's in pretty plain sight.
Alright,
Yeah, all the feeds are still going.
Then in that case, Arkea's gonna look at Emil and just kind of give him a look and walk out the door. Push past our Katara and kind of walk out the door.
I really hope she's not going for a swim.
Not until after we mix this powder stuff. Swim.
No, she's not going for a swim. She's going to that other room to get the stuff.
All right.
So
where the heck did Chauncey go, by the way?
To the room.
I went to the other room to go show you where the powder was at.
I was gonna go through and, like, after Emil is done with all these heals or whatever, have her go into the room to see if she can find some stuff.
Which room? The cold storage room?
Yeah, the cold storage.
All right. So you're heading in there as well.
What was that?
That's for me.
Oh, no, I was healing yourself. Yeah.
There's hidden enemies we don't know about.
You know what? I should probably
That's a full 10, so.
always pop on here and just keep it like this.
Her knife should be somewhere around here. She picks it up.
Oh, okay, you pick the knife back up.
Yeah.
There's an empty MP5 laying in the hallway. I'm not gonna go pick back up. So.
Quick recon of what's in Arkea's backpack, because I have an empty herb sprayer now, a shotgun, her stun gun, and her baton. Is there anything else that anybody put in her backpack?
I can't remember what all was in that room. Well, yeah, I only stuffed the shotgun in there. I'll take the rounds out of that shotgun, though.
I'll just play that off as Arkea did that. It's cold in here.
I'm just gonna reload the Glock.
All right.
Can I take 4 rounds out of that shotgun and put it in my shotgun? Just make that way. And then it'll only have 2 rounds left.
All right, 4 rounds out of the shotgun in her backpack.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
She's so used to people just walking. Yeah.
Was this whole thing just like a what's it called? Like a short rest?
If you guys want to take an hour.
If we want to take an hour, I'm trying not to take an hour.
Yeah.
I'm trying to heal myself, so
if you want, I can heal you still.
Yeah, Emil's gotcha.
Yeah.
Emil's got the speed heals.
A speed heals.
But if you need to like regain any abilities, then we would have to. But otherwise,
oh no,
I'm just gonna be healing people until we go.
See that?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I want to get there as soon as possible.
If we could take a short rest, because Arkea has no support dice left, and that could be bad.
Yeah. I mean, you can, but again, it'll be an hour, and it'll bring you and Chauncey closer to fatigue, and as well as Aiden, another hour of progress.
Oh god, she's like fighting in her brain right now. No, I had to play Arkea as Arkea would be played, so she'd want to get to Aiden as fast as she could. So,
do you need more material?
I could do with some. Have you checked the lab for anything?
No, I haven't, because I'm waiting.
I think you guys cleared out the labs last session.
No, I mean not the lab.
No, we didn't.
This one.
This place over here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the cold storage. Yeah.
That's what I meant. We did clear the lab.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's coming in here to see if there's any of the virus left, because she remembers seeing that in the we come through here to go collect the virus, but it's really creepy.
Yeah. So coming in here, now that you have a better look around and you've gotten a little closer to the other side, you do see that this unit here is labeled pretty plainly as viral storage. But it looks to be some sort of refrigerating unit that has kind of like a glass front. And since this area was locked down by a level 3 key card, it is pretty easy to open, since you would have to get through the front door first. So it just opens right up, and there looks to be 2 vials inside of this viral storage unit. One of them's kind of yellow, and the other one's green. Looking at their labels, you see that one of them is a formula of T virus, and the other is a formula of T Veronica virus.
Okay.
And hold on, I have a couple of things to give you for that.
Oh boy.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Wait. I feel like Qatar's just making a collection of viruses.
Yeah. So in the meantime, what else? What do you guys do?
Guns.
Okay, hold on.
I'm grabbing those herbs that I saw before, and also checking around for chemical materials or chemical ingredients.
Make an investigation check.
Yeah, it's 9.
You don't find much.
Can
Taking
you
a look
scavenge it?
around. I'll say, since you already made the check, nah. But
Okay.
you take a cursory scan around the room and walk back into the storage area, which is back here, and you're only
Prime storage. Oh, okay.
yeah. Well, these are just petri dishes that are cultivating in low temperature environments.
Yeah. Yeah. One of them had the herbs in it, so I was going to that one
yeah.
first.
So, the herb was the only thing that's, like I said, not like a bacterial culture or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the reason why I didn't find any, because I was looking in the wrong place.
So coming back here, you do find about 2 chem fluid, 2 chem material, but that's about it.
Okay.
2 and 2. All right. And then I'll proceed to mix those herbs.
Okay. Go ahead and make a quick check for that. You just have to not critically fail.
So curious of what happens if you critically fail. Like, I don't want to see it.
You do still have another chance after that, because herbs don't get consumed on a failed mix. But you have to fail twice to not to lose them.
I'm just gonna roll flat. So I'm fine. Yeah. I was looking for all my stuff. I was like, nah, I don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need it. Not for this, but yeah. So you've got a green-yellow mix on you.
While all this is happening, RK is gonna go back to the room, back to the camera room,
back to the security room.
Yep, and he's going to kind of stand near the computer and just kind of keep her eye on the interrogation that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just keeping an eye.
It is
on it.
A vicious and brutal cycle.
Oh, yeah.
And
is it worse than the one she's seen before? Like the one with Aiden chopping up the woman?
Yeah. I mean, that was a kill. So that one didn't. It was slow and painful, but it didn't last very long, or not as incredibly long. Whereas this is
meant to hurt.
This one's not a sprint. This one's a marathon, and
Can I ask this question? Can she see clearly him in the camera footage? Or is there people like surrounding him?
There are, like I said, 3 other people in the room besides Aiden.
Yeah, right.
But for the most part, they're pretty disparate. They're kind of like around. 2 of them are kind of out in the corners, and only one of them is working on him actively. Right. So he kind of walks around and he passes between the camera and Aiden every once in a while. But for the most part, he's pretty unobscured.
Okay, can she tell how bad he looks? Like, as far as like how injured or
is he looking rough?
Yeah, does he look rough? Yeah. Does he look like
he looks extremely rough. He looks battered and bruised, and he's bleeding in all sorts of areas.
Is he still yelling at them, or is he kind of?
No, yeah, he has you know, he looks less energized, but he's still just giving them lip and still holding out.
So he's still being archaic. Got it.
Yeah. Also, to answer your question, Katara, the way the formulas worked is you can't have more than 2, but you can have up to 2.
Oh. Okay. So then I don't lose the other one.
Yeah. Unless you, you know, if you want to do a third one, then you would have to switch it out for one of your effects.
Switch.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, and I'm not gonna just like.
No, yeah. You like examining this, taking a few minutes to examine these materials. It seems pretty refined. These are not raw samples. These are specifically cultivated, and while to anybody else they might be dangerous, they seem pretty safe for you, given what research you and Emil have done.
She's gonna drink the T. Veronica virus.
Oh my god.
All right.
Do I see this happening?
Do you do it in plain view?
Yep.
All right. So you would see Emil in the corner, Katara just taking some time to look over these and run it through some of her equipment, and by the end of it, she essentially pops the lid. It? Not processing it, but just examining it. Didn't make any changes to it.
I'm gonna bolt my rifle and aim it at her face.
All right, she pops the lid off of the yellow vial, or the vial of the yellow liquid, and just downs it. Just.
Come up here and look around too, like, oh, what's up? Oh.
He's like, oh, what's up? Oh.
I'm not pointing no guns, but I'm just like, wait.
Huh. She's gonna like look over at Emil.
Anything happen?
Nothing happens that you could visibly see.
I'll wait here for another minute.
All right, you wait there. Another minute goes by. No visible change, and Katara, you don't necessarily feel any different yet. Just tasted quite synthetic, and you know, not very flavorful going down, and goes down a little hard, but you don't seem to be having any adverse reaction to it.
Interesting. Well, nothing really changed much.
After a while, I'll put down my weapon and I'll approach her with my med kit and I'll do an examination.
All right, make a medical check.
Come on. That is a 25.
So, with that, so you're examining Katara in particular?
Yeah. So now I'm I'm doing a
full medical examination.
Yeah, it's like we've done this before. Draw a little blood, check it, make sure that she's not like gonna die of sepsis or something.
No, yeah. So a full medical examination. She seems perfectly healthy. In fact, perhaps even more so than the last time you checked her. Because I don't think you've checked her since you did the last formula. You definitely get the sense.
I've checked her during the break, because when we were when she was talking about her headaches.
That's right, but that was a while ago. That wasn't here. So
that's true. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
So
like
you yeah, that was more than an hour ago is my point.
Yeah.
So yeah, she seems perfectly healthy, in fact quite robust. Does seem to be more going on in her bloodstream than previously. You definitely see the residue of the T. Veronica virus, but it doesn't seem to have affected her physically quite yet. But there's just something that's almost like it's almost like you would expect to find in a souped up vehicle, like a nitro, just like running through her veins. And she just seems just physically more active and more mobile than she's ever been before.
So she did take Nos.
Essentially.
Nice. So.
But yeah, that's what you gather.
Huh.
All right, you'll live.
She's not. Oh, okay. I mean, that's good to know. That's good.
Yeah, it's good to know. Next time, warn us.
Alright.
I'm not gonna tell you no. I just want to make sure that you're not gonna explode.
Yeah, that's true. I'll let you know next time.
Yeah, just a little warning.
Okay.
Just so we're ready.
Our hair would be sad.
Chauncey, you all right?
I'm good.
All right.
Okay.
I was wondering
Right,
about you too. That's all I'm here for.
Real quick. Can you hand me those grenade rounds? Like, so I can load them? Because you had others, right? If somebody had others.
I think they're still in the armory if we didn't grab them.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they're still in the
if
armor.
nobody took them, then they would
Yeah.
still be in the armory.
I'm loading
Yeah.
that grenade launcher.
Yeah, so there were 3 more 40mm rounds in there, so enough to get you loaded back up.
Awesome. Sweet. And so she loads back up with that. Ooh.
So what are the rest of you up to?
Still
Well,
watching
there's-
this footage.
There's nothing else in
Kay's
here.
watching attentively. Yeah, no, that's all you could find.
Okay. Hold on. Is there like? I'm just gonna go back here and I'm just gonna grab. This is like storage area you said.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab something heavy and metal.
Okay.
I'm scared.
I'm
Make
gonna
an
grab a few
investigation
things
check.
that are. Let's just go grab a few things that are just heavy and metal.
I'm scared.
21.
Okay, yeah, easy enough to find. You find like some empty canisters of some sort that just don't have anything in it, but they're heavy.
Okay. Not too heavy that I can't like have a few of them in my hand.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's yeah, I mean, you could probably carry one in each hand of these canisters. They're pretty hefty, but
That's good enough. I'll take 2 of them and then I'll just drag them over here.
all right.
What are they again?
What?
What are they again?
The canisters or?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just small capsules, metal capsules that look to have contained something, possibly like
But they're
propane
empty,
or
right?
something else. Yeah, they appear to be empty.
Okay, good. I'm gonna throw one into the water.
Oh.
Okay, so you throw one out. It makes a decent sized splash. And you just see something come out of the water and just like takes a
Oh, no.
bite at it before moving on out of sight. I guess from there you could see a little bit wider of a view. We'll just say about yay far. You can see that the computers that you'd seen that were being worked on over here seem to be they're the monitors and like the keyboards and stuff are still above water. It looks like if you were to go down these steps fully, it would come up to about waist level for you. But you do see that there's just like blood in the water over by those computers, and you do see just like a severed hand just like on the keys about to push a button.
Okay, so it's not like we don't have to swim through here, but it is. We can walk through here if we want.
You can walk through here. But as you're standing there, you do see Finn popping up in the water and starts coming in your direction.
I'm gonna shoot at it with my trank.
All right. So with the hypo gun, make an attack.
Yeah.
So with that, real quick,
Whatever happened to my yellow green?
I mixed those for you. And oh yeah, so I forgot. I mixed it for you, and then I gave them to you.
I want to do that before we start attacking stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Roll your attack. Roll your attack.
Yeah, because I was in the middle of that before I got distracted by something, and then completely lost lost track of what I was doing.
So real quick,
so that would have happened first though. That's a 7. Oh, it's within effective range, or not effective, optimal.
Is it? Oh yeah, it is.
It's 10, so
Yeah.
I can roll that again.
With advantage. What was that, Qatar?
no. So with the other thing that I have, right? Oh, GG. With the other thing that I have, can we assume that I can put this in the other thing in the chem bag too? Because I have enough room.
Yeah, I would say so. I'm allowing it. It's a bit of a stretch, but I'm allowing it just because it's that those types of materials. It's not they're not technically crafting ingredients, but I'll allow it for the purposes of this. So
Actually,
Emil, you can pull up your hypo gun and just, and for some reason you're not sure why you shot for the fin, and that's a really narrow thing, so it just goes off into the water and bloop behind it.
Okay, I can probably grab that if I wanted to. Do I see it?
It's hard to tell under the water.
I'm asking if I can. Is it like floating?
Nah, it doesn't seem to be floating. It seems to be sinking.
Oh no!
Just rolled a quick dice. But
okay,
as you miss, the fin continues moving onwards, and before you have a chance to back away, and does manage to get one swipe up at you. Yep, it just like the fin just like emerges to revealing more skin and hide coming out of the water before this giant pair of jaws bursts outwards and attempt to bite at you. That's 11 to hit.
Nope, I just shoved that thing away. Like, oh.
Yeah, so whip it on the tip of the snout and just like back away as falls back into the water and continues circling.
Was that the big one?
You don't know. Actually, you wouldn't know. It wasn't that big, no.
Okay. I'm gonna back up. It's like, all right.
You don't know, but you would.
No, yeah. Well, because like you would know,
yeah,
because you've seen all of them, before.
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe only one, Zach.
But I would have given him, like, I've given him the green herbs while we were in here, or the green yellow.
So yeah, so Chauncey, you do have the green yellow.
Right. Constitution, and then my dice, right?
Yep, yeah. Roll your hit dice, add your Constitution modifier, so you start applying it to yourself, and go ahead. Moment of truth. Make your roll.
Oh no!
Reroll. You get to reroll ones.
Oh! It did that to me twice now.
That's better.
This is the second time that's done that to me because I had 3 10s in a row?
Yeah, you did. You had,
I've been hit with 1s and 2s.
Your first 3 levels are maximized, because the first one is maximized automatically. Then you roll 2 10s afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Can Archaea give me a support dice real quick? And
no, you cannot add it to this.
Dang.
I don't have no support dice left. Emil. And this is Archaea talking here. Is the door, first of all, is the door open?
Well, you could open the door.
I don't know.
Oh, I opened
So
the door.
that's up to you.
I opened the door. Hearing all this splashing. Open the door. Just like a peek out. Hey, Emil, what's going on out there?
Yep. Sharks.
Dang it. And then you just see her close the door real slowly. And that's it. That's all you see of her. She goes back to staring at the computer screen. Yeah.
So, as an idea, maybe would we be able to throw something near the steps, find something to throw near the steps, and then we move back, and as it comes up to get it, I can shoot it with the grenade launcher in the face.
Well, I think that grenade launcher would be better if we can get all of them grouped up. So he's gonna take his bayonet and cut his hand.
Oh no.
Okay.
I was gonna say, why don't we just get a body in the hallway?
And then he's gonna drop over here and he's gonna drop some blood into the water.
I'll say you could easily do that. So I'll say you take a point of damage just for the sake of it, since you are bleeding.
Just prick your finger? Why?
So,
he
needs a decent amount of blood. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you drip a decent sized puddle of blood into the water, and as it hits the surface, it starts to dissipate a little bit, creating a distinct red cloud in the water. No, yeah, there's nothing that can be done about that. They're gonna come swimming. I was like thinking of some sort of a roll to be done, but like there's nothing. It's just like their instincts have only been heightened by the virus.
Excuse me.
So you see coming, you hear a and just like as sounds like some more shards of glass and other things are pushed out of the way as this thing comes, this big old fin sticking out of the water and much of its upper back, as they all start to converge and start swimming around that pool of blood. And this one swims up.
Okay. Well.
So are you lobbing?
Yeah, I'm just lobbing.
All right.
I'm lobbing.
So just hit it right in the chest.
Right in the nose.
Right, it's pretty easy to hit. You get everybody against one wall so that you have a clear shot, and it just goes and just detonates against the hide of the big one.
Wow,
so
2, 3, 4, 5.
They all need to make mobility saving throws. So there's the first two for the two smaller ones.
Oh no.
It's a 19
Ooh.
and a natural 20. Wow.
It's okay. We only need the big one to fail.
And then here's the big one. It's 11.
Yeah.
No, that last one fails.
All right, but the smaller ones succeed. So, let's see. How much damage did you roll?
14.
Yep, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, 14 points of explosive damage to the big one. And then half as much to the smaller ones. So that would be 7 points of damage to them. So there's a huge splash of water and just like a lot of blood mixed into it. As by the time the water settles down and this sudden geyser burst, they look to have scattered. But
Do they start attacking each other now that they're both bleeding? No.
Nah, yeah, they seem to be quite averse to that.
All right. Well, like I was gonna ask whether they're already dispersed now. I was gonna ask if while they were there, could I have taken a shot?
I mean, you could try to take a shot from the edge if you like.
Yeah.
It'll take that to get visibility. Yeah.
Well,
you know what?
see you guys later.
No. Hold on.
Okay, wait.
Hold on.
Yeah, that is.
It's like y'all doing something stupid. Hold on. Come here. Come here. We have bodies.
Chuck them over.
We have bodies. We can throw these in, and then they can gather again, and then I can shoot one more time. Or no, actually, you guys can shoot because I want to save these. I don't know if it's a good idea. Wait a minute. I can flame it, maybe. I don't know.
Why don't you keep flaming the water and heat the water up to a boiling critical temperature?
I wish I could do that.
We're gonna need a long time. I'm gonna take my 8 hours.
All right. What if you guys bring a body over?
Yeah, I would bring
So grabbing this dude.
Yeah.
So this dude comes over here.
Yep.
Okay.
The Feliciano guy.
Is it like a strength check to throw him?
So you want to chuck him in?
Yeah, I want to chuck him in, but I want to get him in a little bit deeper so they can round up a little bit better too.
All right.
And
I'll say make a straight strength check.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be at the
Yeah.
What?
I'm just gonna like do some fresh incisions if we can, just so we can
Okay, yeah. I mean, he's got plenty of blood coming out of him as is, because this was the guy that got shot in the face by the USS agent. So.
Oh, I was gonna say it's just in case it's been too long, but I just realized it's only been like a few minutes since that happened.
20. Wow.
So that's a 20. I'll say, yeah, you can get him a good 15 feet into the water with that.
Right there is where I want.
Yeah, so big splash of water shoots up as his blood gradually over the next minute or so starts to fill these waters, and you see again.
I'm gonna start.
The fins start to circle.
Yep.
My AR ready. And
all right.
And then I'm over his shoulder with the my gun.
My gun.
With my Garand.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing when they gather?
Oh,
want me
shooting.
Want me to shoot
the big
first, or you to shoot first?
I shoot.
Just make your rolls. So, which ones are you targeting?
Big one.
Big one.
Okay.
Oh!
Natural 20.
All right, here we go. That is. Oh crap! I have to do this by hand.
Oh, yeah, it's worth it though. It's worth writing it out.
I know.
You get to add like that extra crap to it all the time too.
Time to go night.
Chauncey, feel free to make your rolls while we're waiting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Ugh.
What is that? Like 46?
Unfortunately, that doesn't hit. What were you firing with?
My AR, 2 shots.
Okay, yeah, so 2 shots. So they kind of splash into the water around the gathered fins. And you see a lot of activity around here now as they all kind of fight over tearing this body limb from limb.
I'm just gonna check something really quick.
So brutal.
Okay, no, yeah, so I do have a +1. So that's only +1 once, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Only the dice get affected by crits.
Plus... so the dice, is that also creating my Hippocratic Oathbreaker?
Yep.
Or is it just weapon damage? All right.
All dice.
That's
That's why freaking critically hitting rogues are so dangerous. Because all dice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 46 plus 2d8. +1, then plus... Oh crap! No, my sniper glove only attacks. It was only on attack rolls, right?
Damage only on damage rolls.
Is that my sniper gloves?
I'm pretty sure. What does it say? Is that not what it says?
It just says I wrote it down, and I didn't say whether it was on attack or damage.
I could check I'm checking the journal
for it. Sniper gloves are
damage rolls. Yep.
Really?
+2 to damage rolls on sniper rifles and bows.
Disgusting.
+2 damage. I need to write it down. All right, so that's +2.
Can I make another shot while this is still being
you have extra attacks, so you could always make 2 attacks whenever you make 1 attack.
Sure.
But as this is going down, like, it looks like the smaller sharks are mostly tearing at the poor sap in the middle. But even as your attacks are going on, the large one is moving towards you guys.
Yeah, I'm still gonna shoot at the big one.
19.
All right.
19, that's pretty good.
19 points of damage. Nice.
With 2 shots.
Yeah, so you see them impact right into its head. It stalls it a bit as it lets out just like this sound and this cacophony of splashing as it writhes. So it seems to hit it right in the head and do a great deal of damage. Second attack from Chauncey hits, so you could go ahead and take this opportunity as it's been stopped in its tracks to damage it.
Okay.
Do I call trick shot now?
Yeah, you could as long as you fit.
Yeah, trick shot, limb shot.
All right, so is that 10 points of damage as well?
Yes, it's 10 points of
All
damage.
right, so you shoot it right in the fin, and it needs to make a Constitution save, I do believe.
Please fail.
That's a natural 20.
That thing is not happy.
So the bullets go right through its fin. I don't know why I roll so well against this one thing in particular. It's uncanny. It's uncanny. But within its movement during all this
not
whole
dodging,
skirmish, it does get up to here and is going to try and take a bite at you.
Go ahead, take a bite at me. I'm gonna be in the. Can I be in the middle of switching weapons up?
That's a 9 to hit.
No.
All right, so yeah, so you see this massive set of jaws come up and try to swipe at you sideways and get a grip on your torso, but you back up the stairs a little bit and get out of its range as snap, they close together in front of you before reeling back into the water.
Am I able to switch to my shotgun while it's this close?
I would say so, yeah.
All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and lay some shots in that. 2 shots, shotgun.
All right. You will get those. You can get those 2 attacks, but it will also get an attack on you as well if you're sticking around to make those shots.
Oh yeah, I'm sticking around.
All right.
20.
All right, with advantage, right? Or
yeah, with advantage. Okay, yeah, 20 still the hit.
Yeah, still hits.
I need to save. I need to get my macros set. Yeah, 2. All right.
12.
Yeah,
12?
12. Yep, 12 points of damage.
All right,
And then
so
I'm gonna go ahead and ring off the extra shot.
wait, was this? You said this was your shotgun though, so you just fired one shot that time?
Yeah, well, two shots, 2 bullets, 2 rounds came out of my gun. Second attack, and my extra attack, 2 rounds come out.
Well, yeah, because you for your shotgun, because you rolled 2d8. So if you're making 2 shots with your shotgun, wouldn't that be 4d8?
Oh yeah, it would have been 48. You're right. Yep, I knew I had it messed
So just
up.
just roll another 2d8.
Yep. Do that.
You got sniping clubs.
So that'd be 20. 20 points of damage was the total.
So another 8. So yeah, second attack also hits, unless you. Well, I mean, you do still have advantage if you want to see if you crit, but.
Yeah, let's see. Nope.
Okay. Yep. Still hits.
18 points of damage.
All right. 18 points of damage. So you're just like up here, like it's just the Ahab, just firing your shotty into the water, and just there's lots of splashes of blood and guts and water shooting upwards, mixing into all of it. Infuriated, it rears up and attempts to take another bite at you.
Is this another round? Could I attack it?
I would say yeah, it is another round, so you could attack it as well. It's a 22 to hit.
That hit.
You take.
Grapple me. Bring me in the water, brother. Bring me in. I need to swim.
So, was that your attack?
14 to hit.
That hits.
Oh.
So
I'm just gonna say.
Again, against the big one.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say the D12 didn't roll on my screen, and I saw the D20, and I was like, this thing takes D20. Like, wait a minute.
Because those rolls are going on at the same time. Oh, that'd be funny. So yeah, you take 8 points of piercing damage, Chauncey, and you are grappled and restrained in its jaws.
Does
What's restrained? Wait, what's the restrained mean?
That means you can't move, and it means you attacks have advantage against you, and you have disadvantage on attacks.
Welcome to
But that nullifies the fact that I'm using a shotty in its face, right?
Yeah, that'd be a straight roll. So roll your damage for Emil. So as it just and grasps onto him and pulls him with it into the water, Emil, you lay down some fire.
Wait.
Wow.
Wait a minute. I did this wrong.
What?
Hold on. I did, yeah, my 46 should have been 8d6 on the, because I only rolled one.
Oh, you didn't roll critical hit damage last time?
No, I rolled 2d6, and I was like, oh yeah, like, you know, I'm doing two damage, or I'm doing 2 shots, so obviously 2d6 is 1 shot, right? It's 2d6, or 2d6 for 2 shots. It was 2d6 for 1 shot, and I fired full. All right, so I need to roll an extra 46 after this as well for my first crit.
It doesn't matter. You just like after that previous crit and this is just like, yeah, you're just as it pulls Chauncey into the water, you get those last 2 shots off, and it's enough to finish it. Probably would have been enough to finish it if you rolled your crit earlier, but it got this far. We'll say it's happened. So,
right. I mean, it's beefy, so
yeah. So
believable.
You put those 2 bullets into its side, and it just like you feel its jaws loosen around you, Chauncey, as you are dropped into the water right there. But it seems to be down for the count. At this point, I'm gonna need you guys to roll initiative.
Yes.
Okay.
Now that he's in the water.
Yeah, he's in the water.
So if I leave the water, will we leave initiative?
Oh wow.
Is water considered like half movement? Like half movement speed?
Yeah, it would be considered difficult terrain. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's up to your waist.
Oh, I can't wait.
We're rolling pretty high on initiative.
You guys are. So let's see. Okay, give me a second while I get myself together here.
Yeah.
Okay, so sound off on initiative.
Emil, 19.
Nice. That's Archaea next, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 13 for Archaea.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. 13.
Oh. Chauncey?
18.
And then Katara, 20.
Oh, wow.
Always at the top of the list.
All right, so top of the round, Katara, you're up.
5. Oh, I mean, I can make it past Emil anyway.
Yeah, that's no problem with your movement. You just dash up to the front.
So with this shark right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I try and flame spray it, is it out of the water enough for me to be able to hit it?
Yeah. It's pretty, enough of its fin and upper back is out of the water enough to make it a target. So that's what you'd be hitting against.
She's just gonna try and hit it. All
right, it's flame spray.
Yeah.
That definitely hits. It's more than enough.
Just how you doing?
Oh.
21 points of damage.
So
we're having shark tonight.
Yeah, the fire just streaks out and it hits the top of its body, and you just see it just reel back as the flames get doused beneath the water as it splashes back underneath, but seems to have taken a hefty bit of damage from that.
And then after that, she's just gonna move back.
All right.
She's like, after you.
So that's Katara's turn. Next up, Emil.
I'm gonna walk out here because otherwise I'd have cover against those other ones, right? I'm gonna attack the one that she attacked this one up here, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit that one too. Not with the Garen though. Would I have been able to put it away end of last turn and pull out my block at the beginning of this one?
I would say so, yeah. If that's what you were preparing, but be sure to specify it before we roll initiative next time.
Yeah.
Because remember, feel free to pre-buff or pre-equip while initiative is being rolled. That's your last chance to get your preparations in.
So yeah, I'm just gonna fire with the Glock then.
All right.
And this doesn't have any fancy shooting gloves for it. 15?
15 hits.
All right.
Hippocratic Oathbreaker, I'm assuming. That's a D6.
Wait, what? Where's my D8? It's in the...
I don't know.
What?
Well, it says piercing plus 1d8.
It says plus 1d8. Why didn't it roll that? Roll it. Hold on.
Well, because that's probably because of that piercing there.
Oh, okay. Let me...
And also, it's not
that.
a D6, it's a D10.
Oh, that changed. 1d10 plus... There. Okay, well, just take the... Oh, no, that's a different dice anyway, so it's a 13 piercing.
Yep. So, you shoot around into the Neptune, and the splatter of blood exits the other side and begins to form a cloud in the pools of water around it. It looks to be down for the count. And by the way, I guess I could uncover the rest of this since Chauncey's in the thick of it. He can see everything.
Yeah. For a little bit.
Oh.
All right, so that's gonna be Emil's turn. Next up,
I'm gonna
Chauncey.
back up.
Okay.
Oh, you guys killed the one I would have tried to kill. Can I move through their dead territories with no problem?
Yeah, we've established that. Yeah,
Okay.
the dead creatures don't take up any space.
We'll just move over to here, and I'm gonna go ahead and light this thing up with a shotgun.
All right, roll for your attack. Is that with advantage?
Yeah. 25.
All right, that hits.
20.
All right, so 20 points of piercing damage is just, and it's almost like hard to see what you're shooting at, but you know you're close enough and you know where you're aiming that it's gonna hit. But it's just a chaotic eruption of just water and blood as you fire down. So it seems to have taken a hefty hit, but yeah, it's still alive. It writhes for a second and flops, but it looks to be rearing up for another attack.
I'm going to reload my shotgun.
All right, that's a bonus action for you.
Yep, and I'm gonna send 2 more shots into its face.
All right.
Oh,
it's dead.
no
Disgusting.
damage needed.
That's a nat 20.
It's dead.
We think it's probably dead. Why couldn't I get this?
Well,
on
let's
the big
roll
guy?
it. Let's roll it just for the sake of it.
Oh, we're getting there, setting it up.
Just bisected.
Nope, yeah, it's long gone. That's
39
still,
points.
yeah, that's still more than 20 points of damage in excess. So you just like shove your barrel down onto it and just again another. It's a little bit more muted of an eruption, but you definitely see the pockets of bubbles erupting out underneath it as this thing goes limp and just floats in the water.
I get to do what I wanted to do then because Arcade did not have to do anything. She kind of peeks out the door and is like, "What's going on?"
All right, we're good. Fox, you ready?
Think the water's clear, guys.
We moving out?
We're moving out. Let's hope
Copy
this
that.
elevator works.
Okay, like,
And he does some like.
everything was falling.
Yeah, and Mr. Fox just hits a few more keys, and just like the rest of the computers and monitors seem to shut down, and he follows you guys out. You guys start wading into the water.
This is not good for weather.
And, like as they're coming in, it's just like ignore the bodies.
Oh, is that the shark you were talking about?
Yeah, you see these just like grotesque sharks just lying around, and this one
parts of
massive
people.
one. Yeah. There's one massive shark just like looming right at the base of the stairs. So yeah,
I'm just gonna
Lovely.
check these computers real quick to see what was on these computers.
It looks to be in the process of confirming an order to open the drains.
Oh, yep. Okay. Click.
All right, so you just hit the enter button that the severed hand was reaching for, and you hear a little bit of movement as and a quick alarm sound goes off, and there are like these shutters in the corners behind where the glass would have been that suddenly shift open and start draining the water that is in this area. So it's gonna take a couple minutes, but eventually it gets entirely drained. And during those few minutes, if you guys were to attempt to use the elevator, it would give you an error message due to the giving you a bit of a flood warning.
All right. Well, in those few minutes, I'm just gonna over here and just take cuts off these sharks.
Oh, okay, just collecting samples of flesh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in
yeah, you
case.
managed to
Make
carve
sure
some bits
they-
off.
Yeah, just make sure that they are in fact T. Veronica and not anything that we don't know of yet, because sharks is something new, and that's also
All
very
right.
specific. So
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we know what we're going up against if they decide to do some sort of oceanic attack against one of our, harbor cities.
Sorry, are you taking a moment to examine that right now?
No.
In these few minutes?
No, I'm just taking samples.
Okay, so you're just taking the
to
samples.
examine later. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, you collect them, sort them into vials, and stash them in your med kit.
Yep. And those are, again, person items, right?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
So, should I say shark tissue or Neptune tissue?
You could put Neptune tissue.
Okay.
And you would see like on these computer monitors, observing them that they're labeled with titles such as Neptune.
Okay. Neptune. Fitting. Kick it.
Have I heard of Neptune? Like once?
Make a history check.
All right. All right, we'll see if this works.
Nah, not in your experience. You haven't come across these.
Yeah. You've heard a lot of plants.
Yeah, you've heard a lot about plants.
Yeah.
You've definitely heard a lot of, you know that there's a lot of animal testing that goes on. But these ones in particular, just haven't crossed your path as far as your knowledge of BOW research.
Yeah, at that point, she's just kind of like, interesting.
Yeah. You just start burning these guys up.
Burn it all.
All right.
Good thing I got my flesh.
You reduce those corpses to cinders.
All right, let's go.
Just gonna say one thing. I really like the broken glass effect.
No, thanks.
Yeah.
I also think it would have been a lot easier battle, even though it was somewhat easy, if we would have ran in there and pushed the button first.
No, I think that was... But it's okay.
That's the plan.
It's okay. They died pretty easy.
Yeah.
All right.
So you guys call the elevator down, and it arrives at the bottom, and you guys are the doors split open down the middle, and you guys are able to enter in. So
going up to so was this in the warehouse or was this on the second floor?
What are you asking about? Where you guys currently are?
Interrogation.
Oh, the interrogation, you would know it was in the second floor of the warehouse.
Okay, so we need to go up to here. The first floor here, go to the warehouse, then go up 2 floors.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we all right, yeah, we're going to the first floor.
So, yeah, you take the elevator up to the first floor, you exit back out to that lobby. Well, actually, as you guys are going along on the elevator ride, you guys do hear in over your Bluetooth headsets Cambria's voice come in. It's just like, all right, it's chaos out here. Why don't you guys give me a sit rep? Over.
You said it was clear?
No, she said
it was chaos.
Chaos.
I didn't hear, so I was like...
Yeah. So Guitar is just... We're heading up to the first floor now.
All right, that's good to hear. If you guys could get your butts out here, that'd be helpful. Mr. Fox kind of chimes in, holds a hand up to his ear. He's just like, well, I'm afraid they have other matters to attend to. And she's like, well, at the very least, if I could get you out here, Mr. Fox, that'd be helpful. My authority's only going so far. They're calling in National Guard. This is a big deal. Mr. Fox is like, yeah, I can get out there. Try to keep them... try to clear a path in the front, so I could get out safely, holding my badge up. Will just call me the first one to respond. She's just like, that's gonna be a hard sell. That's my business. So, you guys need to get out of here as soon as possible. Cambria and I can try and buy you as much time and try to keep the news cameras and choppers off of you guys, but you'll want to get to that warehouse fast.
So do we want to go out the front or go out the back when we're done?
I would advise it. We'll try to keep the block clear up there.
All right.
All right.
All right. Good luck, all of you. If you guys can get the beast with us, that could be very potent. Bonus points if you can do that. You've already done enough to impress our superiors. Like I said, nobody expected you to be able to pull through. And he kind of clutches the USB device and he's just like, so you've already gone above and beyond. But if you can do this, we're in for a whole lot of success. So much for expendable. See you guys on the other side. And as the doors open up, he exits out into the lobby and heads out to meet Cambria. You guys again see all the flashing, you know, red and yellow lights of the police vehicles outside. You hear helicopters buzzing overhead.
We'll wait till he's like I mean, we'll just like have his hand like by the door and just like head poked out, just making sure that he gets to the crowd and starts doing his thing. And then we'll start like ushering people through, like keeping an eye on him, making sure nobody's looking through the hallway. Yeah. You see him get out there. You can't hear what he's saying, but you see him immediately come out, hands up. Guns are trained on him as soon as he comes out. You can't much see the opposing side because it's just a bunch of lights just shining in through the front, but he's just a silhouette with his hands up, and you can tell he's being surrounded. He slowly pulls out some identification, and just given another few minutes, he's able to start moving people along. Cambria joins in on him, helping with the crowd control and helping to keep these first responders out of the premise. So you have to wait a few minutes, probably another 10 minutes or so, but you're eventually in the clear to look to be able to move back out through this hall. And start just like...
All right.
Get everyone out the back door.
All right. So you get everybody out the back door, and you exit to the rear storage yard that you guys were had first entered through. It looks to again just like have a lot of crates and just forklifts and other just things of that nature.
Wow.
Oh my.
I don't know what that was.
That sounded like a fire alarm.
Oh no, not again.
I think that's on Mokaya's
Oz.
He's been having trouble with
it's on
fire
Mel's
alarms
end.
lately.
Oh man, someone's trying to cook in the college and it's not working.
Exactly. Someone messed up again.
Alright, we'll see you in a bit, Mel.
I mean, ramen can't be that hard.
Oh no, don't say that.
Let's try to steal stuff from college kids. That's where we're gonna go. They have nothing.
But yeah, there are just like forklifts and loading vehicles interspersed throughout this area. In fact, as you exit out the door, there looks to be a fairly large one just like immediately in front of you, between you and the warehouse, that's providing you some cover that you would have to move around. And there's a large gap. Again, this storage yard is pretty huge. There's a large gap between you and the warehouse.
Run through the middle. Are there any lights outside?
Anywhere.
Are we like...
Well, it's still pre-dawn, so it's still dark out. But it looks like sun's going to be coming up soon,
But
as
are
the
there, like,
dark
any,
of
like,
night.
floodlights that are like on the in the courtyard that are illuminating
there are a few. It's decently illuminated, not incredibly bright, but there do look to be some. But all of you, as you guys start moving around this cover, would notice, with your passive perceptions, and especially those of you who are like trained for this sort of thing, would notice some movement on the rooftop of the warehouse.
Okay.
It's a great distance away, but you do see some. You do catch some movement up there, and
I'm gonna look through my scope to see what I can see.
okay, go ahead and make a perception check through your scope.
How far away is this, by the way? Do I know?
Just judging by the dial of your rifle, probably about 300 feet.
Okay. Ooh, hold on.
Yeah, give or take.
Come on, man. Not 400?
Well, by give or take, I mean it's like probably around 305.
Okay. Well, yeah, but not 400 feet.
Yeah. Why was that? Was that your?
That's my optimal range.
I thought your optimal range was. Hold on.
For the Garand?
For the Garand, yeah.
22.
Yeah, 300 to 500. Yeah, it's within your optimal range.
Oh, it went down 100. So that must be the the old range, because I had 400 to 600.
Yeah, I remember a while ago all the weapons got like literally all the weapons got updated. So like there's
I was
standard between all of them.
Range for the Garand.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah, the 500.
In either case, make your perception check.
I did.
Oh, where's it?
22.
Oh, it's not showing on my screen. Oh, I just had to scroll. I just had to scroll down. It was perfectly, for some reason, perfectly stopped at the end of Mill's messages.
Weird.
I really had to know that some college kid messed up. So 22. That's pretty decent. So you get a good lay of the land looking up at that rooftop, at least as much as you can gather. It looked to have been a little bit of sudden movement, which you guys were able to see. In the way of a natural 1 stealth roll, but you do see what looks to be a operative in all dark gear posted up on this rooftop with a sniper rifle aiming down on the storage yard.
All right. Just one?
Just the one.
Are there any windows on the warehouse?
There are a good chunk of, glass pane windows lining the 2nd floor.
Any other floors?
It's only 2 floors. The 1st floor doesn't seem to have any glass pane windows on this side now.
Okay, I'm gonna scan the 2nd floor windows to see if there's anything. Okay. If I can see anybody like looking out there.
Using that same perception check, I'll say, for all of your scope scouting, you do give it a good scan. It's a little bit difficult to see given the darkness, and given the floodlights not illuminating. Well, I guess there would be lights, like fluorescent lights on the inside illuminating that area, so you can actually see in pretty decently. But again, you can't see far, but you do, from what you gather, there doesn't seem to be anybody at those windows.
All right. I'll let everyone know. All right, 1 sniper on the roof, surveying the courtyard. Might not be able to get past him, but I think I can take him out from here. I'll at least be able to hit him. I don't know if I'll be able to kill him.
Archaea will speak up. Very, yes sir kind of attitude though. And she'll be like, yeah, but if we hit him, he could warn his buddies.
And also, yeah, and if I fire, it's going to be pretty loud. Mm-hmm. Everyone outside will be able to hear. Everyone inside there will be able to hear.
Do we risk
I will
that?
also say, I was going to say it was like there was like some fair bit of anonymity from the shadows, but I'll say with your perception check, you're pretty well able to tell a little bit of a feminine build sniper.
Great.
Looks like we have another... What was it, Red Falcon?
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Katara's muted. I'm gonna ask if she knows who this is.
Yeah. So if we fire, we're not just gonna have them on our ass. We're gonna have media and everything else on our ass.
Yeah, but I wonder if they want to. If I fire, that'll alert everybody. Now I'm wondering if she's wondering the same thing. If she fires, everybody will be alerted as well.
You hear above you the buzzing of the helicopters, which were very prominent, are starting to get a little bit less so. So you get the sense that your spy fellows are doing some work as much as they can. They're still around in the area, but...
I heard the sneeze.
Oh, I said you get the sense that your spy fellows are doing their work.
Okay, so there's less people around.
Yeah, it's sounding less active around here. They're still around, just, less active.
I don't want to make it more active by firing.
Exactly.
Well, here's the thing. They've already heard all of the gunshots that you guys have done so far.
Oh.
Yeah, but not outside.
That's true.
That's the thing. Like, if we start firing in the back and it's
actually,
like, hold on, that's not inside of the building.
They've heard a lot more gunfire outside than went on in the basement. Actually, because you saw the warehouse. What was the aftermath of what went on in there?
All right.
Oh no. Oh.
I'm gonna look at something real quick.
No. Oh no.
What are you guys doing?
That's a big craft, though.
Archaea just wants to stealth it, but
you can only stealth just as good as we can.
I mean, she does have a +6 to
You may be the shadow beside the
+6.
armor, but the armor's still gonna be tinging around.
We're gonna be running through
Hold
just
on,
like
this
clink,
got
clink, clink.
something else. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking at something.
I'm ready to blitzkrieg.
No. +4. Sorry.
I'm thinking you blitzkrieg. I try to take her out.
Okay.
Everybody run for the door while I provide covering fire.
Okay,
I did think that fire alarm was it was on point. Like we come up and all of a sudden the fire alarm was going off.
That was fantastic.
I'm not gonna make that craft. No. Yeah. So I'm ready. I'm gonna reload the Garen, and I'm gonna
nervous.
I've got 2 rounds ready to go down range.
Oh no.
All right, Garen's reloaded.
Arkea's taking a runner's position.
Yeah. I think you guys are gonna want to book it.
I think that I draw the fire and you shoot accurate.
All right. You run in front. Everybody else try to see if you can run around the outside in the shadows.
Yeah. Is there other ways to get into this warehouse? Like, can they go in a different door completely?
You only see one door in sight.
You might be able to get into the back, but I don't know if it's locked. There are garage doors.
But if we don't do this smart, then we risk them speeding the process.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna talk. The problem is, I'm just wondering how far they're willing to go to make him
talk.
not usable to us. You know what I mean?
What's the range on your rifle?
Perfect. It's within my optimal range.
300 feet.
It's my maximum is 5,000.
Oh my god. What?
But I'm asking now, who's the better shot?
I have a plus. Okay, the +2 for my gloves is just to damage, so I've got a +7, I think.
So it'd be your proficiency.
About the same.
No, I think you have a +6. So it's proficiency plus sniper fighting style plus 1 for the rifle.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's a +6.
Okay. So we're the same. So it don't matter if I took the shot.
I was thinking about that too, but
well, technically Chauncey's a +7.
Because you would have a +1 from the rifle.
Yeah, because 3 from mobility, 3 from proficiency, 1 from the rifle.
Oh, okay.
But I do more damage though.
That's true. Could do more damage on a single shot.
I can roll out a couple shots. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm ready to just run this thing. All
right.
I got my run gear on, which is Magnum and Karambit.
That's run gear.
That's my run gear.
Okay, is that a knife out?
Okay. All right, Archaea.
I'll switch to the shotgun.
Archaea.
Emil.
Katara, were you here?
Oh no.
I don't think so.
I'm just holding for Katara, so she's just like, yeah.
Yeah, all right. You two run around the side, see if you can stay under cover. Chauncey, you be Chauncey. Let's make it take her out.
Do we go? Archaea looks at Emil. Do we go in or do we stay out? What do we do?
We're getting the beef.
If I make it to the door, you follow me in the door.
Okay, what was it?
Yeah, so you guys are talking over each other here.
If I make it to the door, you follow me in the door. If I make it away from the door, you go into the door.
Okay, so
you wait for me to either distract and have to run away because I'm being shot at like crazy, or I make it all the way to the door and you follow me in.
So I go in regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But once you're in, unless you can try to sneak around, wait for Chauncey. Unless you can sneak around, because they'll be on the second floor, but they might want to come down once they start hearing gunfire.
All right. Well, I'll see what I can do.
All right, everybody ready?
It's just like I'm just gonna run for it, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys stick to the shadows. I'm running right in the middle. So,
oh my god.
Yep, I'm gonna draw fire.
All
right, I'm gonna post up, just get like nice and comfortable. I've got the strap up against it, have like a sniper's position.
All right, I like it.
dialing it in on our head.
So you're saying they have a range? They're in a range of 200 feet.
300.
300.
Oh, 300. She's away from her. The sniper is away. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just inside my maximum range, though. I can pop off a shot, but it's hell of a disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean,
That's an expensive disadvantage. Am I able?
it's expensive. It is.
Am I able to get within 80 feet of target?
After running.
An action to dash, you would be within 220 feet, or rather 240. Yeah.
Are we rolling into initiative at the moment, or am I
no?
just...
But you move at that rate even outside of initiative.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but
Yeah, we're talking top speeds here. Yeah. No,
Yeah, but I'm saying like they're up in the air on a roof.
Yeah.
Will I be able to get at some point 80 feet away from them distance wise and make a shot without?
Yeah,
Okay.
you'd be able, but it'll take you a little bit of running. But yeah, you could do it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm all right. I'm running.
Yep.
So that's 300 minus 220 feet you would have to run. So divide that. Just count up your 60s each round until you get there.
Actually, I think that's exactly 4, because that'd be 60, 120, and then 120 times 2 is 240.
Yeah, if in 4 I can make it to 40.
Well, yeah, because it was just like 60, 120, 180. And then,
On my
on your fourth
turn,
one.
I can make the shot and then continue the regular run.
Yeah.
All right. On my go. Did you start running?
Yeah, I'm running.
He's running. Katara dashes and just passes Chauncey up along the field, just like, and just like, passes him up. Because she can move 100 feet around.
The shadows, though. Like, have them off to the shadows. I'm drawing fire.
They're running along the fence.
Yeah. So she's running along the edge, but still passing you
Everybody
up.
else run. She's just gonna take off.
All right, you guys take off.
And then Kaya's just running along behind.
Yeah. So, you guys take off to the sides. Emil, you see the sniper start to turn her focus.
I fired immediately.
All right, roll your attack with advantage.
I was gonna fire both of them before y'all started running.
Well,
I was gonna be the freaking that's the 20. Oh, 20. No, 16.
No, it would be advantage because it's your optimal range.
Yeah.
So 22.
Advantage number.
No, the one at the top was from my perception.
Oh wait, no, yeah, I see. I forgot.
I got confused as well.
Yeah,
It's
I got confused as well. Yeah. So 16. Yeah, that just hits.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Go, Emil.
Always 2 shots. Hippocratic Oathbreaker. And I've got sniping gloves.
Just pile them.
Oh, those are some 6s. 25 damage.
25.
Oof.
Just sitting there.
Nice. Oof is right.
So you take your 2 shots, and you check it to see the shots clear. After a little bit longer of a moment than you're used to instantaneous results, but there's a split second before you see the off in the distance through your scope. The sniper seems to react and just like looks greatly hurt and just like readjusts her sights. She's now focused on trying to see the sniper in the back. You're technically not stealth, and you took shots, so she is. You are behind. Well, you're peeking out from the side of cover. Because
I was thinking of peeking over cover, like. Oh,
okay,
like
I see. So you're over it.
Actually, I should have specified my exact position. I would have found something that I can lean the gun on.
Yeah, right, because you used that imagery. So we'll say that'll give you. We'll say it's enough to give you at least half cover. So she sets her sights on you and attempts to take a shot. It's 12 to hit. Definitely doesn't hit.
No.
Just sort of sparks off of the cover next to you. Chauncey, you're running. You make it another 60 feet.
Yep.
Take another shot.
Absolutely. Another 2.
Another 2. Advantage.
Oh, that's a... Oh, double 18s. That's a 24 to hit. That definitely hits.
Definitely hits.
Go Neil.
Another 23 damage.
Dang.
And with that, you exhale. And by the time the bullets arrive, they just... And you see the figure silently fall over in the distance.
Nice.
All right. I'm gonna sit there for a little bit, make sure she doesn't come up. Just like wait around or so.
Yeah, you sit
And
there,
then-
you wait patiently. No,
And then I'm gonna
no
check
sign
the,
of resurgence.
then I'm gonna check the windows.
Checking the windows. Check the windows again. Do a sweep across with your scope. No activity.
All right.
Alright, so you start huffing it across.
So, the closer
I'm 180 feet behind.
Yeah. The closer I get to the building, I want to go south.
Alright. So, yeah, go ahead and make a stealth check.
24. Roll.
Okay.
But you said it was a +6.
No, it's
No,
plus 4.
it's plus 4.
Yeah, that was my charisma. That was +6.
Stealthing with charisma. I like it.
So,
Blend into a crowd.
you just like start moving silently and slower as you get towards the building. You kind of walking across this sort of gravel storage yard. You start approaching the big metal double doors of the warehouse as the rest of your party trails behind. And as you guys are about to enter in, that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
All right.
Oh, you kill me, Raph. You really kill me.
This is like...
You kill me, man.
Can everybody stay for like 3 hours?
Or at least
About 30
11?
minutes ago.
Because like... Archaea, Lisa needs to confront... All right, it's okay. You know what we'll do?
You
The
guys will
next
find a way to
7
get through the first floor, just like
The next 7
inches at a
episodes?
time.
The next 7 episodes will be 1 stare at a time.
What is happening?
Welcome back.
Ending the session in the wrong time period.
So
And
you
everybody's
guys just
upset.
arrived at the warehouse, and that is where we're winding down for the night. So,
Oh, okay.
So
And
there
Emil
was a
took
sniper
out-
on the rooftop.
yeah.
There's a sniper on the roof.
Yeah, took care of it.
And we took care of it.
So actually, I would have asked you this. So I'm gonna right now. Doesn't matter. I would have killed her anyways. You know these people, right?
Silver Wolf?
The Silver Wolves? Because you said, I think you said you knew them at some point.
Oh, Katara?
Yeah.
Oh, she, I know of them. At least I know the name. And I do know that they are, I don't know them as close as I did with Grimson.
All right. Because I'm currently, this has been like a few moments ago. I'm currently looking at a female sniper. You know her?
Female sniper, would she know? Like,
You don't
Yeah.
know any of them by name, yeah.
yeah, so, no, I don't.
Okay. That's fine. And then I proceed to kill her.
Yeah, so that was actually a pretty awesome little, just like, almost Saving Private Ryan style sequence at the end there.
Was that like,
I liked the sniper duel, yeah.
was that like, did you get like a surprise shot on her, or?
Oh, I almost did.
Oh, man.
John, it's okay. She was actually within my my optimal range of my rifle, so I was able to get advantage, and I pretty much just like wrecked her.
Rector,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Nice.
Wrecked.
So that's one, okay, so that's one gone.
Yeah. I have 1 round left with the Garen, so
Chauncey's full on steamrolling through the middle of the little area. And you and Archaea are running off to the side. You are leaving Archaea in the dust.
you're leaving everybody in the dust.
And Emil is now trying to catch up.
180
Okay.
feet behind Chauncey.
So if you all can, like,
Game plan is, in Chauncey's mind, is he's steamrolling that door. Starting.
I don't know.
Okay. Cool.
If y'all can just, like, spend the first, like, 2 hours clearing the first floor,
That's
I'll be able to
true.
join you guys.
You'll still be here, but late, right?
Yeah, I'll be able to join you guys at about 9:30 ish.
Okay, so that's good. So we just have to not do the final confrontation until you get back.
Well, you guys can do the competition. You guys can take out all the USS and then just not Aiden, and then
Like as soon as we get into that room, I want to see what Archaea does when she sees him with her own eyes.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like once we get to the second floor, we need you there.
I actually have a plan. I've been thinking about this long and hard for a really long time.
Or I hope.
And I have a plan, and nobody's gonna like it. Nobody's gonna like it.
Till next episode, then.
Yeah, next episode.
Till next episode.
In the meantime, thank you all very much for coming out. It's been a fun and
Indeed.
eventful episode. Nice to see quite an active chat this time around. See Lo, Zex, Rem, just lots of awesome people hanging out in the chat. It's nice to see you guys being active there. So, as usual, VOD's going up on Monday along with Minecraft Monday. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you guys later. Peace. Squared. Have a good night. God bless.
Good night, sweet dreams. All of the good things.